So that's a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
That's how we start a show.
Yeah. What? It could all be avoided if we all didn't have the technical competency of like 80-year-olds. I know who the Miz is. That's only because he played in the celebrity softball games at All-Star Weekend. That's the only reason I know who the Miz is. Also, sexual deviant, the guy who threw shoes in Austin Powers. Didn't that guy something?
Oh yeah, he was the one that got punched by the mullet guy in the dick, right?
In the dick,
UFC 3?
Yeah, in the dick.
Okay.
Let's get this over with, because I gave up on sports since Sunday. I haven't been watching any sports. I don't like sports anymore. Sports are dumb.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Ah!
What do you want?
The world, sir. Damn flirkins. These fucking cats. I'm on Team Skrull when it comes to flirkins. They're creepy, and I don't like them. I can't wait to see a scene in Secret Invasion when an army of flirkins comes at a bunch of Skrulls. Like, I think that should be a thing. If they don't do that, they're missing out on comedy gold. It's a great callback.
You are a terrible fucking sports fan.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You don't give a shit about a team until they beat your friend's team, and you want your friends to feel like shit.
No!
Because you're a terrible fucking sports fan. That's exactly what you're doing. You want to troll people and make them feel fucking shitty because the team you don't actually care for beat a team that we actually care about. So fuck you, Ray. Fuck you before you even fucking say everything.
Well.
Bro Plata, where black people and white people talk nonsense. Thomas,
yes.
Introduce the people to what's going on here. I'm doing something.
Introduce the people. All right, this is Bro Plata. Almost got cussed out by Tim here, where we talk all things MMA, some other combat sports, some other sports. Sometimes some topics that you don't expect that come out of nowhere. And recently, a little bit of porn, but we're going to try to cut that down because Tim does not need to have a heart attack. This is the glorious Tim Danko doing his thing. I'm Thomas Pope. I'm the producer / old guy of the podcast. Ray will be in shortly. We got a lot to talk about. Cain Velasquez got in trouble big time.
I know. You try to kill somebody?
That's what happens. That's what happens when MMA people come to WWE. WWE ruins people's minds.
They must, man. They give you those nasty steroids, man. Fuck with your life. You're running all around town, causing mayhem with Becky Lynch. See, Thomas, look. Listen, I was doing that because I wanted to prove to you if we were ever not here that you could start the show without us. You'd be fine.
But see, it's your thing. It's like, I love being a part of it, but I feel uncomfortable because it's y'all's thing.
Well, guess what? It's your thing until we come on. So do whatever you want, basically.
Dead, kill them all. Wait a minute. D-Rest, hold on. You are me. Dead, kill them all. I'm confused. What does this mean?
Well, I think he wants you two to team up and murder Ray and I. Which okay.
No.
Bring it on, bitches.
I did enough time. Yeah.
That's all right. We already talked about that. I probably shouldn't make this whole show me chewing. But
I'm going to chew too because I got some chips, but I'm going to try to sneak it.
One of these days, both Ray and I aren't going to be able to make a Tuesday show, and you're going to have to do it by yourself. Tuesday shows must go on. That's been the credo. That's the new thing.
Wow. Okay.
You'll be
fine. Love you too, D-Rest. Hold on. All right. That's going to be the week I'm going to have to do nothing but watch MMA all weekend long so I can keep it right.
Well, hey, Ray watches and still can't keep it right. That's the best thing about the MMA host not thinking Ray watches MMA. The thing is, Ray does watch MMA. I just don't think he actually knows what's going on.
Thank you, Paul.
Hey, Paul, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Cleveland. Baby Cavs won the other night. They played tonight, right? Or they're playing now?
No, no, they're not playing now. They played last night and lost.
Oh, last night. Okay.
But it's showing we need our guards. Darius Garland's got to get healthy. Karis LeVert's got to get healthy.
Anyway, we don't have any guards.
No.
We playing white people now? Like who we playing the guards?
Shoot.
Tangos?
We need to shoot after last night. I mean,
he's a forward, isn't he? Or
Yeah.
Windler. We're playing Dylan Windler.
There's nothing wrong with Dylan Windler. He's a set shooter.
There's nothing. It's just a fun thing in basketball, especially professional basketball, to make fun of the bottom of the bench white guys, like Brian Scalabrine. I hope so. I didn't even read the article, Thomas. It's you. What happened? You know?
I just know that he got brought up on a lot of charges because right before Raw, they talked about it because Kane's connected still with WWE.
Okay.
So they released that he was caught and it just said guns. I was like, okay. But man, from what it sounds bad. It sounds real bad.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be shooting people. It's gonna be like American Me. Don't like maybe.
But yeah, it's. Ray said he wanted to talk about it. He sent me the article, so we'll go over it. But goodness me, I'm like, geez.
Okay. Wow, then we'll wait for Ray to talk. Well, why do I keep looking at my hair? I feel like my hairline's worse than it was last week because I keep staring at it. I'm like, what's going on? Dude, am I going bald this week? I am terrified about going bald, which is why I don't cut my hair.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with your hair. You want to see a receding hairline? My 27-year-old brother has a receding hairline that's back here.
Yeah.
27.
He's got the LeBron. He's got the LeBron going.
He's got the worst of LeBron. He got the Uncle Red Fox type.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I'm terrified is because my head is oddly shaped. Like I meant, like I shaved my head like a middle school, and we're like, oh, never doing this again because it's just like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for some people.
But see,
maybe Ray may have lost power again. Who knows? I don't know. He'll be here. I was talking to him all day, but that's how Ray is. You think he's on top of it all day. The next thing you know, he has something, and I don't know. He's also one of those kind of people that will like start something 3 minutes before the show starts, or he's probably eating. I don't know. He does that too.
No,
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna eat before I come on.
I'm waiting on him to come in. He's right there.
Oh, all right. We'll be here. I will say this: we do have a guest today. Did you know this, Thomas? Yeah.
No.
Matt Cain's gonna be on. Matt Cain isn't a fighter, but he owns a gym in Northeast Ohio. And one of the things that's cool that he does is he does like stage combat and like stunt shit.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I already talked to him about that and like movie fights and stuff.
I wore this shirt to annoy Ray.
Is that a Bullet Club t-shirt?
You know it.
I'm wearing a Jason Dent t-shirt, so I've got that rocking.
Ray's wearing that hat to annoy all white people.
Damn! Why? You mean ass. By the way, I like Tomatonga.
FYI.
Tomatonga is the best.
It's people like you to give us a bad name. Anyway,
this is a punk rock hat, sir.
Dude, did you you're insisting upon us, whatever it is. You're insisting something upon us that I don't like. I'll sleep today. I'll wake up eventually. Got to drink my soda.
What am I being blamed for now?
I don't know. Hey, did you see that great sketch that was on SNL about podcasts? Because when I saw it, it made me laugh. And I'm like, Ray is gonna hate this so much. So I sent it to you and told you that I needed to buy you that.
I'll watch it later.
It's great.
I need to watch it too. I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
It's a Fisher Price podcast set for white guys so they can yell all the racist shit into it and no one has to hear it.
But that's funny. Like, that's legitimately funny. Thank you, D-Rest. Love you too, buddy.
Yes, but it's for all white guys. I thought Ray's gonna be like, we're all not like that. We're not all like that. woke, murder.
No, there's a lot of those podcasts out there that I've listened to just on
I
like
know.
a loop, or
That's
like
why
you
it's
get into
hilarious.
a hole. You were like on a Tim Dillon, all of a sudden you're like on David Duke, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Why?
You know, what the funny thing is that's less steps than you think it'd be.
It would be.
I think you go from gay guy to David Duke only took 2 steps. That's so weird.
It took a Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder episode. What?
That's it. A little hop step there. That's it.
Didn't even go to an Alex Jones. I'm sad about that. How could you not link over to an Alex Jones episode? D-Res needs a friend.
Hey, we're D-Res friends here.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Very much
We're here,
so.
miles away. And one day we're just gonna go to where's he? Long Island, just knock on his door. One day. Be like, hey, we're in the steady fam. Let's go party. And he'll be asleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever.
I would if D-Rest would show, I would pay his admission to Governor's show that a friend of ours runs in Long Island. Terry McNeely. He runs the little room at Governor's on Long Island.
Is this you just trying to get D-Rest to go to McNeely's show?
Possibly.
Okay, well, you know,
Maybe
he will.
Always be working. That's how you get people in. It's a Barker show. Well, not really, because it looks always full. But,
well, that's one thing about not living in a giant city is that we don't really have to bark. Not really. I mean, we definitely advertise different ways, but like physically on the street. Anyone notice they called Russell Brand right wing now? Oh, I was reading it, Thomas. You pulled it up.
Oh, my bad. I apologize.
All right, bro.
he reads slow.
Russ, yeah, this is coming from Raymond. Who listen? We can't let Ray.
I'm not saying you're illiterate like me.
No. Listen, I'm terrified of us getting reads because if you ever have to read, it's going to be a problem.
Oh, I would take it low and slow, bro. That would be. Those would be immediate.
Russell Brand right wing now, although he's never changed. He's always been the same liberal guy. What did Russell Brand say? Do you know? I don't know.
He's been getting a lot of shit in YouTube or in YouTube land and Twitter world, and it's
has he been retweeting Bryce Mitchell tweets?
No.
We need to talk about that. Have you seen that?
No. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, not at all. It's like I love Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, if anyone is unaware, which most people I think will be, I don't know, maybe Thomas. Do you not know who Bryce Mitchell is, Thomas? We're talking about Bryce Mitchell. He's fighting Saturday. He's great. He's from Arkansas.
He looks exactly like a guy from Arkansas should.
Yeah, I think he lives in a trailer. He's somehow is fantastic at jiu-jitsu. He's practiced, but he's great. He's undefeated.
Russell Brand is a free thinker and doesn't follow liberal narrative. Oh God, taking over the country. I will just say I love Russell Brand and I do watch his videos. I like them. They're fun because he does call out a lot of hypocrisy. But it's kind of. I mean, he's always been a liberal dude, and he will be a liberal dude.
Anyway, what I was saying is,
and also I think what was it, black belt in jiu-jitsu?
Who Elton Brand is?
Yeah, Russell Brand, I think, is either that or like a purple belt.
Sorry, I was thinking Elton Brand. Sorry, Elton Brand.
But anyway, back to Bryce. He probably was at January 6th, Mitchell.
Probably he's probably in front of the line, I'm sure. No, yeah. On Ariel Hawani's show, he said that like school shootings are staged and like ridiculous, super conspiracies like that. And I'm just like, oh, he's adorable. Like they're so they're so whack job that I don't even get mad at it. I'm like, that's funny. Are
you fucking kidding me?
No, you didn't see that? No, yeah,
no, but dude,
most of them, it's like that. I forget what else, but yeah, the whole they're staged by the government to try to for gun control reasons. Which, if that's true, it's not working very well.
No,
that's a bad strategy because there's been a lot of school shootings and very little reform. So
yeah.
It's not working well if that's true.
And more guns sold. That's pretty much what it is.
Right. I mean, you can't get bullets. I know that from my family. Anyway, Again, it doesn't even bother me because I think it's so funny that I'm just like, it's so out there. I'm like, all right, Bryce Mitchell, you do you, fam. Just don't let that guy. I don't know. Don't let that guy run shit. That's all I'm gonna say. But I love watching him fight, and I really hope he wins on Saturday.
Me too. I like Bryce. I hope he gets a camo. The camo shorts. Venom should make those for him.
Oh yeah, it took a long time for her to him to get those from Reebok, right? But I don't know. Are they going to? I hope so.
I would hope Venom would give him his camo. We need to keep that gimmick rolling.
Anyway. If anyone deserved camo shorts,
yes,
he lives in a trailer in Arkansas. And he has free range chickens running around and shit. Like it's exactly what he's everything you want him to be, honestly. Except
wasn't he in that
right wing nut job?
What was wasn't it the car commercial? Didn't he do a car commercial?
Yeah, talking about how his balls were out of his sack and he had to go to the hospital like that. That's like the car commercial. That's the car. Can we play that commercial? Probably.
I mean,
I want to find the Bryce Mitchell car commercial.
I don't think it has any copywritten music.
What's a commercial? I'm sure they're fine with it.
Unlike last week, which apparently we got flagged for a copyright because Starships, that Nicki Minaj song, was playing in the background of the video.
Nicki Minaj's money, fam.
For 9 seconds? 9 seconds. Come on.
Are you kidding? Oh, come on.
I wish I was kidding. I had to black out that stuff. Whose balls doesn't fall out of mine? Because especially in the winter time.
I sent that to Ray, but now I'm sending it to Thomas. Okay, good. Now we both got it. Okay.
God damn it, Tim. Made a group chat for this reason.
Nah, I don't like it. Anyway, no, you know what? No, that's not the best. The best fuck up from this week. The best fuck up of this week was me when I'm trying to message Chris Curtis, and so Ray already had a message he sent to Jared Cannonier, so I'm like, I'll just copy and paste this. But as I'm editing it, like taking Ray's name out, putting my name in, those things, if you double click it, the message while you're typing it, does that send?
I don't know what happened because
I didn't forget to do it. I was still editing it, then all of a sudden it is sent. So
yeah, you probably fucked up and pressed like the send button because you know how
I'm blaming my twitchy hands. It wasn't my
fault.
It was Tourette's fault, which I do accidentally double click and stuff. I have problems typing sometimes with my twitchy Tourette's hands. But anyway, so I sent Curtis Cook a message to be on our show that said something like, "Good afternoon, Mr. Cannonier." So yeah,
I did that to Teddy Atlas.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I tried to get Teddy Atlas on the show.
We were going to get Teddy Atlas on anyway. We might have got Chris Curtis, but now we're not. So
I think we'll be.
Although right afterwards, I'm like, hey, I hope you can come on and give me shit for this. That was the next thing I said. But he has a big fight coming up. The next pay per view against Duplessis.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. Like I'm very excited for the next couple months of MMA.
This week's card's good, and we'll do Tequilaquences. We'll have to do those relatively sooner than usual because Matt's going to be here at 8:30.
Yes, okay. So stick around, Matt Kane.
Matt Kane.
Okay. But yeah, let's play this Bryce Mitchell car commercial talking about testicles.
Hey y'all, it's Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell here. I'm at Drive On Time Motors, 900 Is-lam Road, Searcy, Arkansas, White County. They paid me to be here. These ain't my cars. I don't really care about them.
Jesus Christ. What did that wacky inflatable man do to you?
They got the #1 inventory in the state.
#1 inventory.
Oh, what's that? Well, never mind, but there is a lot of cars here.
There is a lot of cars here.
We got the #1 prices in the state.
#1 prices.
Well, we can still get you a hell of a deal.
Good deals.
Dang, tell these rigs been smoked in.
Smells good.
Oh my God.
When I ripped my testicles open with the drill, I had to drive myself to the hospital in my pickup truck. I really wish I would have had this Corvette. I would have made it on time.
What does that mean? He didn't make it on time.
These cars ain't nothing fancy. They'll get you from A to B. If that's not what you want, you can see your way out.
Balls look like puree. Just a bunch of tapioca.
What the hell?
Welcome to Oklahoma, bitch, where everything is on fire.
Arkansas, but yeah.
Or Arkansas, whatever. The
That
bedroom eyes at
that
the
is the
end.
most famous current resident of Arkansas. That is what represents Arkansas right now.
Probably. Wasn't Bill Clinton from Arkansas?
Yeah, but he's not there now.
I know, but he's from there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the one guy holding down the fort, being your spokesperson, that's Bryce Mitchell.
No.
It may have been Pulse. I don't know. Anyway, it's amazing. But yeah, I have a lot of questions, and the first one is, what do you mean you didn't get there on time?
Yeah.
What is? Did he lose one?
Yeah.
You ever hear him tell the story?
Is he a cup half full kind of guy?
Theo Vaughn's podcast. He talks about how he killed the doe with his bare hands,
Oh,
and it's like it's not impossible, but like the chances of him being able to sneak up on a deer, it's very, I don't know. The way he
I'm
explained
assuming-
it kind of made it believable, but I don't know.
I'm assuming he shot it beforehand.
Well, according to him, he didn't.
Oh, well. That's a man.
Just-
That's
yeah,
a dude that
snuck
could
up
fight a
on it.
kangaroo and live.
Yeah, he claims that he rear naked choked the deer to death.
Thank you, Michael, for calling us what our families call us. Just jerks.
Entertainment. That's what they call us. They call us entertainment.
But I was before I did, and I was eating, by the way, before I came on. Just because
Called
I'm a
it.
fat boy. And
I eat on the show. Now I have this piece of crust to leave down in the basement for 8 weeks. That apparently is the Bro Plata way, because that's what Ray did last time.
Has
he
it
was
not
here.
moved? We should have a crust corner. I think a crust corner would be.
I'd get murdered.
I know you. It's just mice, like just on the second level, making
Maybe.
a condo.
Maybe. They're using the crust like to make like a beaver dam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rice, like a crust mat right. Blah, a crust mouse palace. Blah, blah, blah. I woke up 3 minutes before I came on. So
Good. Y'all ever drank
Rum
rum
shot.
chatka? I mean, I think I have.
I know I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I did, but that should be, you know what we
Is it like
should do?
Like, I don't know. It's like a wine cooler. What is that?
I have no idea. To
This
be
is
honest.
sweet liqueur.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think we should do like a mystery shot for the wheel. Like, and it.
The only, I thought about stuff like that too, but the only thing I'm thinking of is like, no, then somebody will have to buy another bottle of alcohol.
Like Merlot, or what's that stuff?
Merlot?
No. It's like a Merlot or something. It sounds like Merlot, but it's like this.
Moet.
What?
Moet.
Sure. I've seen people drink it before and have like convulsions.
It's pronounced
because-
Monet.
Well,
Anyway.
whatever Thomas's girlfriend's name is, that's perfectly fine.
What the hell?
I mean, she does strip, right? You got to have a stage name. Monet is a great name.
What stripper I didn't have?
Ladasha with a hyphen in it.
Yeah.
Pronounced
I've been-
Ladasha, but it's a hyphen.
I've been gypped. I ain't dating no stripper right now. I wish I would.
Me too. It'd be fun to be like, dude,
Yeah.
let's go see her. Like, I'd drive Tim up here just to be like, that's Tim's girlfriend or Thomas's
now?
girlfriend.
Is it? No, okay. Sure.
Well, you look like the kind of guy that makes the stripper at the strip club your girlfriend, like in your
But
head.
she's unaware. Yeah, it's like she's
Oh
unaware.
no, she's fully aware, and you bring her gifts every week you come. Like you like total savior.
I have nightmares about it becoming that guy. I really do.
Yeah, you better, dude.
You see that guy, and I'm like, oh man, at least I'm not that guy.
Uh,
But I used to say the same thing about like the fat, disheveled guy who would go to the movie theater by himself and eat a big tub of popcorn all on his own. I'm like, oh, at least I'm not that guy. Now I'm that guy.
oh man,
Speaking of that, Batman comes out Thursday, right?
Yeah, this Thursday. I'm excited for it, dude. I have low expectations for this movie, but they're like, I've got some pretty good expectations, in my opinion, for this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Even my mother's excited for it. I mean, she won't go see it, but she pretends like she's excited for it because
Everybody
Pattinson
waits till it
was-
goes on demand.
because Pattinson was in Twilight. So then,
Yeah. That was my strippers are hard to date because they've heard every bullshit line. They either want to fuck you or not. I mean, that is a good point.
isn't it always one or the other?
Yeah. I always went into D-Res. Okay. Yeah, they're just saying hi to each other in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went in my first strip club experience knowing that I was just there to throw dollar bills and drink like $8 Budweisers. Like that's what I was there for. And it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot more fun than it should have been. And I went a lot after that, actually.
First time I went was my 21st birthday. I was in Texas and I just got there, so I didn't know anybody. But my uncle took me out for my 21st birthday, and we went to Hooters, and then we went to a strip club, and it was one of those like it's a nice strip club, but it's also one of those ones that some of the girls do extracurriculars. Like
Nice.
And he probably would have paid for that if I wanted that. However, I was 21 and terrified of that. Actually, to this day, I'm still terrified of that in a strip club. But
That's
actually,
funny.
what happened? Well, a stripper licked me, and this is probably the only person to ever say this to her pre-COVID. But I'm like, please do not ever do that again.
Oh yeah, I had an experience like that where I tell it on stage. I'm still trying to like work it out. But she was a schoolgirl stripper in West Virginia, and she tried to make out with me for $1 and told me to put like $1 in my mouth, and like I pulled away thinking she was just gonna like bite it. No, she tried, like her tongue just totally grazed my lip, and I felt so dirty. I was like, no, this can never happen again.
I don't know. We don't have any of those massage parlors, at least not around me. They have them by you guys.
Probably they do. Well, no, not me. Like, oh, really? I didn't know that they existed up here.
I'm pretty damn sure there's a few, especially in Lake County.
Well, listen, we need to know.
Yeah,
for the
well,
show-
it's
we need to
mostly
know for
women
the
doing it out of
show-
her house. Like, those are the ones that probably tug they're the smart ones.
We need to know for a show, Thomas. So you're gonna have to be just some investigative journalism for us.
Yes.
Well,
Put a body cam on.
You're speaking to the guy that's never been to a strip club.
Really?
45 years old and never been to a strip club. Nope.
Like, listen, I don't love them, but it's weird. That's weird. Is it a moral reason?
Well, I mean, okay, so this is my mindset, and not everybody has this mindset, but this is my mindset. I can get ass when I want to get it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, and I'm not saying forcible. I'm just saying all I gotta do is say the right things and I can get it. Why am I gonna pay to see or go in to see somebody gyrate that I have no intentions of going home with, and I can't take advantage of their bills because I'm paying their bills? Like I can't even get a meal after I pay for such services. I want a meal. I want to at least watch one movie, something.
You
and
like
get
a
something out of the deal.
GFE is what you like. You would like a GFE kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
It's often just kind of funny. That one of the like I don't really go that often. When I do, I end up laughing at something. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously, I'm not going to the A clubs anymore.
Michael, that ain't true. That's not true. That's not true.
Last time I was at a strip club, I went with Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show. It was the greatest thing. People want to think Anthony is this big racist. This like, yeah, Tim's like, yep. Which we got to get into something too.
No,
we need
don't.
to talk about your white guilt about the fucking Bobby Green eggs. That to me made me giggle when you like, I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, I watched him move race relations 5 years into the future by just being all over this black stripper with these big fake
That's
tits.
all it takes.
I mean,
And I've done my fair share as well, fam. Like,
but that's a guy where like he admits they just got robbed today too. Compound Media got robbed in New York City.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had somebody, I guess, follow them in and act like basically confident as fuck, and robbed Chrissy Mayer and I think Gino Bisconti, which makes sense for Gino, not so much for Chrissy Mayer. But and I saw this girl, Thomas. You would have proposed to this girl right on the stage. Her ass was so big and so good.
how big was it? Sorry.
It was it was so big I could fit my head in and there's still room. It was fantastic booty. Like I just kept putting dollars in her because I'm just like, yeah, all right, please. I want to see the shake even more. So good.
Are we talking about the stripper in
Yeah.
Cuyahoga Falls?
Oh,
No, it was in Akron at Dreamers.
Tim,
Oh,
do you
okay.
want me to show this?
Yeah, this is what Ray's talking about. He already put it on the. It was already a thumbnail for this episode.
I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you.
Well,
I
listen,
think it's
now
pretty funny.
You told me that he posted this himself. I thought you did this on your own.
No. He
That's
went
fine,
into the
I
weigh-ins.
think.
He went into the weigh-ins with the clown paint on.
Oh, I didn't see
So,
that.
yeah, he went in.
As the full disgruntled clown, which only Ray and I get, but it's a good reference. I
He
promise.
looks like Tech 9 in the early years. Like this would be like angelic face paint right there. I like it. When he did it, I was like, yeah, you go, Bobby Green. And then
what did I say to you? I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's racist, but I don't know why it is.
and I scolded you for like a couple. I was actually with Shauna, my friend Shauna, and I'm like, I'm scolding Tim right now. Or no, I was with my buddy John, and I was like at his house watching wrestling. But I'm like, I'm scolding Tim right now because he's got a lot of white guilt going on, and I'm not really happy about it.
That's because you don't have enough. That's what I said.
I don't.
I had to have enough for both of us because Ray doesn't give a shit about anybody. Anyway.
Oh, I love all people. I just don't give
Anyway.
a fuck about their problems.
Not as much as Ray. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we called it green eggs in Islam because Bobby Green laid a super egg on Saturday. It's exactly what I said it would be. What I said was Islam was going to make him look like he's never done this before, and it looked like he's never done this. If we didn't know any better, we'd be like, what, is this guy's first fight? It's the first time he's tried to do this. I think if Ray fought Islam on Saturday, it would only look like 10% worse, maybe. I don't know how much worse it could get, honestly.
Yeah,
It's even worse. Getting taken down like that and beat up like that is worse than getting like a 3-second knockout because it's only like one punch and people can get lucky with those sometimes. But that was just, hey, look how much better I am at this than you are. Like, in case anyone forgot that there are levels to this shit, especially in the UFC, that proved it for sure. And I love Bobby Green, but he's here and Islam's playing a different sport than he is.
When he took him down, like, we all realized, like, oh, okay, this is over now. Like, there was no getting up. He stapled his legs to the mat and just got dominated Bobby Green. And to Bobby Green's credit, I mean, he did make a play for he did. he got the participation trophy.
Anyway, I'll take that beating for that much money.
Yeah, especially a week's notice or something like
10 days, I think. Yeah,
10 days notice. I mean, he
was trying to get the RDA fight too.
I know,
but he wanted to fight at 170.
But the thing with Islam, especially, like, he's got that perfect Dagestani style. Like, that's becoming the style of wrestling almost. That's
my favorite, man. I love guys who just take guys down and just put them through hell, like in the deep water, and just beat the hell out of them, man. It's like Ray talks shit about Habib style, but not once. I remember, at least not recently, has Islam been boring. He's been finishing people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I like Islam. Yeah. He's a special kind of fighter. The fact that he has one loss is hilarious to me. Like this just savage just went like, yeah, that's never happening ever again. I'm sorry. That's UFC is now gonna be my bitch after that one. Like it, and he's a scary dude at 155. Like he is a scary son of a bitch, man.
There are some people that still don't think he's fought anyone. Well, I'm like, listen, it doesn't matter. I promise you, he can fight Gaethje and Chandler and Oliveira and probably beat them, all of them. I say right now, I think he can beat all of them. Now, him and Oliveira is a great fight. That is, I really want to see that fight. If Gaethje beats Oliveira, Oliveira beats Gaethje, and then eventually Oliveira fights Is-lam maybe sometime this year. That'd be an awesome fight. A great fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Alves beat him, but my guess right now is that Is-lam can beat all those guys.
No, that'll never.
No, gosh, no, that'd be awful.
Yeah, nobody really wants to see that either. Like, even I know that's gonna be.
That'd be the same thing as the Bobby Green fight.
Even worse, I think.
Worse?
Yeah, I really do.
Listen,
like, and I'm a Connor. I ride the jock, but like, I'm
Connor,
not that dumb.
On, I think I only want freak show fights for Connor. Like just like no title contention fights. Just like Nate Diaz or whoever. It's is it
a tiger?
A tiger, sure. a trained bear, sure.
Yeah,
Spicoli, got the
muzzle on.
Yeah,
it's drinking a Coke afterwards, just hell happy.
Ferguson, one of those people, like one of those goofy fights that don't make a whole lot of sense. A Paul brother, sure.
Yeah, I want to see him fight Jake Paul. Like that's the match for me in boxing.
Why would we give the Paul brothers any publicity off of that?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even want that. Just
wait, why? Because they bring the publicity. You don't like they have enough on their own. That's why you would hire them, or that's why they get so much money to do these freak show fights. I think they said to say Bellator's talking to Jake Paul. I don't know if it's actually
yes, I heard that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't. Bellator doesn't have that kind of money though, do they?
Scott Coker can figure that out with some Colombian billionaire, probably, or wherever he gets funding.
Dude, it's gonna be Jake Paul and Dylan Dennis, man. If Dylan Dennis ever fights again,
I want that more than I want to breathe, and I'm wearing a Jake Paul T-shirt that day.
I would love that.
I would support Jake Paul just for him to beat the fuck out of Dylan Dennis.
I don't think
much.
I don't think that would happen.
You never know.
I do think Dylan Dennis is his biggest hype machine, and maybe the only person that thinks he's nearly as good as he thinks. What does he try to say? Fuck it. He thinks he's better than he is, which you're supposed to do when you're a fighter. But Dylan Dennis is like the extreme version of that, and he doesn't fight that often. He's had like 3 fights ever. He hasn't really fought anybody, but he's really skilled jiu-jitsu guy. So I feel like he would probably smother Jake Paul. But I would love to see it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see that fight just for the shit talking alone. Jake Paul versus Butterbean. I would love to see that like in an open weight tournament.
58-year-old Butterbean, however old he is.
Just looking like the kingpin from Spider-Man.
Anyway, listen, they're doing free shows in like Poland and Russia. All right, listen, these Indian reservations here need to start doing some free show fights. All right, I want to see an open weight, one night tournament, open weight, UFC 1 style. That's what I want.
Yes, more than I want.
You got to be smart. Like the most you get, like the most skilled guys are like the smaller guys, right? And then like, the biggest guy you have isn't really much of a fighter. He just like looks scary, you know. Like our buddy Chris Harvey, we get him out there to fight like a flyweight.
I sent Thomas something. I want to see this in the United States. I want to see this league.
Socialism, you monster.
No, communism maybe, just so I can say I lived through American communism, but
just a little bit
because the revolution.
Oh hell no!
This is what I want. This in the United States. I don't know where this is. It is hilarious. And the fact that this exists and like we need this in this country.
Oh, is that what you sent me earlier? I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was.
I don't know how to describe it. I would say it's dino suit wrestling or fighting of some sort.
Is it a suit or is it a robot?
I don't know.
It looked like a robot. All right, let's show the clip
first. If it's a robot, then Boston Dynamics has been working way too hard. Like We need to like curb their spending a little bit because if they're
No, we need to give them more money. And I feel like everyone's wondering what the hell we're talking about. We're getting to it. Here we go.
Yeah. So apparently this guy went to he went to the bar and ended up in what I can only assume is like dino combat of some sort, Jurassic Fight Championship. Who knows? But yeah, play this video because it's hella funny. Like,
so we went bar hopping and somehow ended up here.
Just dinosaurs. And they have a belt.
Why don't any of my nights end up like that?
Yeah, we never have those. It's usually just us sat at home. Like, why is it?
I went up for one beer. Next thing I know, dinosaurs are fighting like fucking Jurassic Park.
The card was called "We're Back: A Dinosaur Fight Story."
Where's
the fact I want to know where that is. Like, I'm hoping I can vacation there and find out when the dino cards are. Like, that would be so much fun.
Let's go on DraftKings, place a bet on the velocity.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, what's the shadiest online betting site? This would be the ones that have those bets. You have to go to the dark web, place a bet on dino suit fighting.
Yeah. I want 50 on the Velociraptor, and I also want the Triceratops in Fight 4 round 3. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My goodness. That is awesome, though.
Stegosaurus is taking a dive around too. I heard something.
You feel that? That's Tyrannosaurus Rex fucking with you.
I'm waiting for I like the crossover fight, T-Rex versus Tyson Fury. That'd be a good
oh jeez
crossover. I'd take that.
Well,
Tyson Fury said he's done after Dylan White.
Okay. I mean, what more do you need? Because I mean, he's been jacked around by Usyk and Joshua. So
that was gonna happen, but the whole Wilder trilogy thing happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of did have to happen because he wouldn't go away. Like,
well, he was under contract.
No, I'm talking about Wilder. Like, he just wouldn't go away.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thought he won that first fight, didn't win that first fight. I'm sorry. Those knockdowns may have gotten him like a couple of the rounds, but even after he got knocked down, Tyson would come back and fucking beat his ass for the rest of the round.
Yeah, I never saw how that could be a draw ever. I remember when I didn't see it live. I mean, I've watched it since, but I remember seeing on ESPN Bottom Line that it said Wilder Fury goes to draw despite Wilder's 2 knockdowns. And I'm like, oh man, did Wilder get ripped off? And I'm like, this is the misleading headline because he didn't win that. He definitely didn't win that fight. It shouldn't have even been a draw.
No, he wasn't.
I don't think he was, man. I don't think
solid
he was.
8 count.
He's saying
I'll give it an 8
referee
count.
with 10 fingers can't count to 10.
I mean, if it's Mills Lane, he's probably missing one.
Oh,
probably. He was in the war. What? He was in the war. No, don't even, buddy. That's a touchy subject, and I love Tyson Fury, sir. Tyson did nothing wrong.
Dude, that guy is like unquestionably the best at what he does.
Yeah, he is.
It's not even close. I mean, which is unfortunate when he stops fighting. Listen, that's why, as a fan, I want him to fight till he's like 38, till it starts getting sad, or older, probably as a heavyweight, 40. How old was Foreman when he won the heavyweight championship? 44?
43?
Something like that?
I think it was 43.
Yeah, well, that's how long.
This is for all the old people. Hip, hip, hooray.
but
my Pulse got strong feelings here.
Oh no.
What we got?
Fury is a drug cheat. Hey, Again, it's not proven, and whatever he does with lamb testicles is what he does.
Oh Jesus!
right?
What?
The Guinness and cheeseburgers illegal now. They put that on the WADA list.
Oh God!
Probably. It's the performance enhancing of the foam on every Guinness glass. That doesn't help him.
Must be.
But yeah, I mean Tyson's done, and he's gonna sell his excess blubber to Japan to make soap.
Listen, there's a whole lot of red tape there, Paul. So I've tried to sell mine, but like it's a whole lot of red tape, and you got to bribe the right people, and I don't have the kind of cash for that.
Plus, then you got to go with your friend, and you got to jump over a barbed wire fence to a liposuction place, take it out of the dumpster. That's toxic waste right there.
Right.
Who doesn't want that?
Your friend that may or may not exist. Anyway, what is Michael saying here?
Everybody's on steroids.
But go back to the first one.
Yeah, maybe.
Nate impression, y'all. Everybody's on steroids. And he did all, and all he did in the third round was hold and rabbit punch. He wasn't rabbit punching. There were some good hooks that were landing on Deontay Wilder. I mean, he
Is
made
talking about
moves.
the second fight in which he knocked him out?
I don't know.
No, he did.
thing.
He knocked him out in both the second and third fight, right?
Yeah, and what was it? The 11th, I think, in both.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's complaining about what, and he knocked him out. Hey,
Saying he rabbit punched him.
The only one who has anything to complain about when they fought Tyson Fury is Akron, Ohio's own Nikolai Fierta. All right, he's the only one. You ever watch it? Look on YouTube, everyone. If you haven't seen it, Tyson Fury, Nikolai Fierta. I've been trying to get Nikolai on the show. He'd probably do it, but I can't don't know how to get a hold of him because he doesn't have social media. And the one guy I thought had his phone number, he has a new number. So when I figure out how to get a hold of him, I think he'll do the show. But I got to figure out how to get a hold of him. So, but he fought Tyson Fury it wasn't in Dublin. What's the town in Northern Ireland, the big one?
You guys have any go-to MMA impressions?
Well, unfortunately, Ray does.
It's my bipolar disorder, which makes me the Mauro Ranello of the group, and that's not even a joke. But and I love Mauro. Will you miss? You all will miss the Wilder era. In the next when for the next 20 years we have no American heavyweight champions. Dude was exciting as all get out. Agreed, but you need an international, like boxing is bigger internationally, so you need like a European champion. I mean, he's having a fight next month in fucking Wembley Stadium. You couldn't do that in America. Canelo, maybe.
I like Wilder, but Tyson Fury is just like a once in a generation, just once ever in the history of Earth kind of fighter. And, so it's hard not to like the dude, at least where I'm coming from. I'm saying that because, I mean, I watch the dude, I'm like, that guy's amazing. And he can talk, and he can sell the fight, and he fights his ass off. But if you haven't seen the Nikolai Fierta fight, everybody, it's on YouTube. Check it out. Nikolai Fierta had him stunned. But then Tyson started coming back, but he was probably going to win the fight, but they stopped it too early.
Okay.
But he's probably going to win it anyway. Tyson Fury's probably going to win. But Fierta, dude, had him stunned a lot. That's the only time I've ever seen him stunned. Well, that and Wilder. He also fought Wilder.
He got stunned a few times in his career, like early on.
Fierta was taking it to him for a minute there.
I've probably seen the highlights of it because I watched Tyson Fury videos.
Saw it because we talked about it before.
Oh yeah. Forget these things.
No, listen. He was probably going to lose the fight because Fury was coming back on him, but they stopped it way too early. It's unfortunate. Like to this day, he's still mad about that. So
to this
day, I don't blame him. But anyway, I mean, I've met Nikolai a bunch of times. He'd come on the show if I could just figure out how to get a hold of the guy.
Yeah, I would love to have Nikolai Fierta on the show. That would be a fun thing. And I would.
He's the only guy still to fight Wilder and Fury. He's the thing. He's the only guy who fought them both.
Yeah, well, at least he has something in common. He's like 6 degrees from the championship. I mean,
that's like 1 degree. Listen, this footage of him taking it to Tyson Fury. Let's get that little clip out. Play that.
Maybe
we'll do that if we get him on. We'll just play that.
Yes, and be like, what were you thinking at this moment? Did you think, oh my god, I have him? Yay. What if Dylan shocks the world though? I mean,
Rematch. And that will
yeah.
sell a lot of pay-per-views. Oh shit, he's gonna take a fall. Tyson Fury's gonna take a fall for his last fight because he's gonna make all this money and he's come back, make more money than he's ever made in a fight.
This isn't Sonny Liston versus fucking Muhammad Ali, dude. Like this is not that. And I want to see. Apparently, there's a Showtime documentary about Sonny Liston came out, and I want to see it. I want to see it.
Was that Jack Johnson series coming out with Marshall Ali?
I have no idea, but
they made it or they're making it.
Did Woodley getting KO'd by a kid from High School Musical? Yes, and actually he is from our area, which is more hilarious. Actually.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Jake Paul.
Oh, Jake Paul.
He brought up Jake
That's
Paul.
Right. Yeah, yeah. He wasn't in High School Musical. Okay, was he?
No, he was in something else. Was he in High School Musical? I thought he was in something else. He was in some other Disney show.
He should be. He's that soft.
Yeah, agreed. But I mean,
I'm strange to know this, but he's too young to be in High School Musical.
Yeah.
Like that first one came out.
He was on a Disney Channel show, though.
He was.
Yeah, he was on him and his brother both were on the same show, I think. And then they became boxers. They basically went the route of Mickey Rourke. They have boxing careers now. Trying to think of what the name of that show is, dude.
I'm looking up now.
I'm looking at it.
Bizarre Dark Vark.
Yeah.
The Dark Vark?
Bizarre Vark.
Bizarre Vark.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
I'm Emmy-winning television show, Bizarre. Best TV drama, Bizarre Dark.
Yeah.
See, just like we said with Cain Velasquez. You go to WWE, you lose your mind. You go to Disney, you come out and think you're the toughest son of a bitch in the world.
Yeah, that's
the guys at least. And Daesh turned out okay, but the guy Jake Paul, Shia LaBeouf, they go nuts.
Hey! You watch it with Shia. He's
we talked about Shia. I love Shia. Okay, and if I had the kind of fame he did at that age, I'd probably go nuts for a while too. We all would. Could you imagine Ray if Ray was a child actor?
Oh, Jesus.
He wouldn't be alive right now.
I look bad now. Imagine if I was rich enough to do cocaine in a mansion. That would be
Pulse. I said the same shit. I said the same shit about the Super Bowl. I said it.
Even this last
they gave Cincinnati a free touchdown early in the game. How can you say that they fixed it?
Because the Super Bowl wasn't the Super Bowl. It was a big ass commercial for LA. What the fuck do you need The Rock kicking off the goddamn Super Bowl for?
The XFL?
Isn't all of media in America a big commercial for LA?
Basically, but
New York,
you could smell
what the Rock was cooking.
Good pun.
Fuck it, I quit.
Why wouldn't the Bengals go for 3? Okay, Woody Hayes.
Hey, watch it.
No, you already know. I have. That's a Brown helmet. This one. Hey, we're going to pay Juice or what, Thomas? We better.
Pay
Juice his money. Jarvis Landry.
Oh, I thought you meant O.J. Simpson.
They're going to cut his contract and try to get another veteran here.
I want him. No, they said they were going to pay him.
You got to see how you work that money out because that money going to be strange. It's going to be real strange. You got to pay him, and then they talk about they want to keep Clowney. You're not keeping Clowney for no chump change. So they're going to.
No. I mean, he played like double-digit games, which for him is insane. So,
And did well, so you're going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
So if they pay him, that's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with Jarvis being here at all.
I love Jarvis.
But we need somebody else too. And I'm hoping they draft. Well, I'm hoping that first pick is George Kalafdis out of I think it's Idaho or Iowa. I want him just in case you don't get Clowney. He's an edge rusher, and he's tough as shit.
I think
Oh, yeah.
most of the mock drafts, and we'll stop talking about the Browns in a second here, people. I promise. Just
No,
most
keep
of the
going,
mock,
I'm eating.
most of the mock drafts say we either take Garrett Wilson or Olave from Ohio State.
Either
Whoever's
Wilson,
available
Olave,
there.
Wilson, Olave, London, Drake London out of USC, or Traylon
Listen,
Burks out of Arkansas.
I would love one of the Ohio State wide receivers. Obviously, I'm a Ohio State fan. I would love if they drafted one of them. I love they drafted Ward, and Ward's great. But all right, let's stop talking about Browns people. We know you don't. Only Thomas and I care.
Yeah.
I mean, I was eating an apple pie, so from the gas station because I'm classy.
Oh, that's awesome! Shit,
Is that
I
it
wanna
is?
Go to Sheetz to
Is
get me
that
a
what you
chicken
want?
sandwich on a croissant.
I've been Uber eating Sheets way too much recently. Like,
That seems not worth it at all. You Uber Eats and gas station food? No, that seems not worth it.
well, I also then get like a
Hearts of Ohio have all
monster.
the well, you know what? The legends live here, Pulse. This is where the legends are from.
Well, the actual story behind that is one of the first NFL teams was the Canton Bulldogs. So
The first.
okay, the first NFL team was the Canton Bulldogs.
Okay. I would,
Game
don't
was
be
invented
offensive.
here.
So yeah, the game was invented here. We had guys like Jim Thorpe as well from Ohio.
And the Rock Hall, we are where rock and roll. If
well, that was,
and,
WMMS had a big part of that too, right? The radio.
It was
station.
yeah,
HK.
MMS had a big part of it. And that's why I tell you, I want to work for the Rock Hall. I love it.
Yeah, I would too.
Every big artist came here to a theater called the Agora and laid it out. Bruce Springsteen did his concert at the Agora. The famous
Agora
concert
used to be
where
the place. I don't think I knew
The
that.
Agora used to be the place.
where he went on for 7 hours and performed. That
Yeah.
was right here.
The breakfast,
right here.
the lunch concert or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah. My aunt used to work at the Agora, and she would bring. We lived in Independence, Ohio, or my family did back in the 70s and 80s and shit. And my aunt worked for the Agora and would bring like Eddie Money and Eastside Johnny would come to my grandparents' house in Independence. And my favorite line my dad ever said about hanging out with Eddie Money was all the rest of the band was drinking, but it was definitely snowing in my living room, and Eddie was skiing pretty good.
He was skiing. Oh,
Mike Tyson is from New York, but Mike
Don
Tyson
King
did have a house here,
Yeah.
and he
Ray
He's a
Mancini's
great
from
guy.
Youngstown. Yeah, Ray Mancini's from Youngstown. If Cleveland people try to claim Ray Mancini, they're going to get their ass kicked by some Youngstown people.
Yes.
and there's nothing wrong with claiming the Miz. I
Yes.
know he
Everything to
seems
do
like-
with. I'm against it. I want to cut his ties off. Dolph Ziggler, I love though, but Mike Mizanin can S&D. His dad's cool though. I will say,
Miz
Mike's
gets
the
a
Miz's dad's
bad
cool.
rap, but when you meet the guy, he's an actually good guy. He was at the Cheesecake Factory in Legacy Village, I think, a few years back. A kid
went down to-
recognized him,
What the?
and he was afraid. The kid was afraid to go up to him and ask for an autograph because he was just afraid. The kid went and asked for an autograph. Miz gave autographs for 2 hours. He's a wonderful cat. I like that guy. I don't like his character, but I like that guy.
He went down to the Cheesecake Factory for a drink. That's what you're saying?
No,
Anyway.
he actually had Maurice and
Step Brothers,
everything.
never mind. Anyway, passing.
Really?
Maurice was
pretty
there and everything. It man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot,
I worked at a Max and Irma's for like 2.5 years, like 2009, 2011, something like that. And they told me like right before I started, and there may have been a WWE event in Canton, maybe. Did they have a couple in Canton
Probably.
at some point?
Yeah.
Triple H and the Great Khali came in. They're talking about just how big he was, and he ordered like 3 steaks.
Did
I
you ask
wasn't
him what it
there.
was like in the longest yard? And
I would have.
I would have.
have.
Yeah, dude. Like the fact that the Great Khali, which is one of my favorite characters in that movie of that remake, but like, and then Triple H coming in, I would not. I would have like if I was their server, I'd be so nervous because I'd just be like, holy fuck.
Someone had to follow Ray around with a mop.
Yeah, pretty much. Why I'd have to wear black pants that day because it would just be I couldn't wear khakis because it would just show.
Ooh, that's a
Stipe
good
versus Tyson Fury and bare knuckle.
Well, Tyson Fury because it's a boxing match, but
Plus the range of Tyson Fury with the long arms. I think
What?
he would absolutely beat the piss out of Stipe.
Oh, remember last week when we were trying to figure out where BKFC's money comes from? Turns out there isn't any.
Yeah. It's owned by
they
Triller now,
sold a big chunk to Triller,
which
So,
is
there you
cool.
go.
I think that's kind of cool. That way I can have Fight TV now. I can get the show like cards on Fight more. But I actually want to get it's $50 for a year of BKFC, the app, like the subscription to everything. I think I'm gonna start watching more bare knuckle fighting, bro. Like I'm really into the BKFC.
What happened with Triad last weekend? And like, did JDS fight Jason Aldean? Something like that. It was something like that.
hell.
Jason
I don't
Aldean
know.
played afterwards.
That's hilarious. Did somebody get put down a garbage chute at the after the show or
What? I don't get it. Tell me what you're
You-
thinking. I don't.
you don't know? You don't remember that some guy like was found dead in like the dumpster of the Progressive Field after a Jason
remember
Aldean
that.
show?
Why's all
they
this shit happening at Jason Aldean shows?
I
Wasn't
know.
the biggest shooting in a Jason Aldean show too?
Yes.
Holy shit! And now they're having fights at Jason. I don't want to have a damn Jason Aldean show.
Amanda Nunes would still win that fight.
What if they're the same size? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're the same size. I don't know.
Amanda's a beast, bro, at any size. She's
She's
a
got to take
killer.
it to her, and Rose is nasty. So, I don't know. Same size. I think Rose beats her.
Tell me what happened. WWE happened.
Yeah, probably. And which you guys were talking about that, and when I saw that, like he got when I saw the arrest record, somebody had posted it in I think one of the groups on Facebook that I was with. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Kane. I'm thinking like, "Oh, okay, Kane probably just got pulled in for questioning, or no, he fucking has a possible murder charge on himself. Like, what the fuck?" He's gonna go in the same way as oh god, who's the Pittsburgh kid? Paul
Copenhagen?
Spadafora, the old fighter Paul Spadafora. The Pittsburgh kid shot his wife or girlfriend in the stomach at a Pittsburgh gas station. It was like right after the Angel Man Freddy fight.
We should probably try to knock this out now because Matt's going to be here relatively soon.
Yeah.
So I just sent the wheel to Thomas.
All right, let's go.
Yes, if you're not familiar with the game of Tequilaquences, today is picking day. Draft day, if you will. We spin a wheel, get two fighters, and depending on what round they lose in is the amount of shots. If they lose in the first round, you have to do 4 shots. Second round is 3. Also, third, fourth, and fifth is 2. And if they lose by decision, you only have to do 1 shot. If you win, you don't have to do a damn thing. I've had to do 10 shots in the past 2 months.
I am terrified this week because I have not had to do shots the last 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I feel like the wheel is going to punish me.
It's spinning already. This damn devil.
Also, there's a new rule.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
We talked about it last time a little bit. Because I don't know if it will happen again, but it happened last time, and it felt like we needed to have some kind of punishment for it. I'm going to call it the William Knight rule. And that is if your fighter misses weight and still loses, you got to double up on that fight.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus. You're just cruel.
Right.
If your guy is overweight and loses, no. Yeah, no. Here's what you get. That's what you get.
That's horrifying, Tim. Why not just let it be a friendly game?
No.
Oh, this went from being friendly a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
It
not been
did,
for a long
to
time.
be honest with you.
All right.
I'm serious. Look at this thing. It's already spinning.
I know.
I went red, white, and blue this time because there's 2 Americans in the main event. A little red, white, and blue action.
I like
I'm pretty
it.
sure that's right. I put the new guy, Moncado on the
Moicano.
Moicano on the new wheel there.
Oh,
Got the odds up here.
And if you're a new viewer of Bro Plata and you've never seen the selection for Tequilaquences, it's fun. Tune in next week when we have to do our shots live on air. When we finally like get together, we'll have when we get all three of us in the same room, we'll probably do live Tequilaquences to make it a little bit more fun. But we do it this way because it's way easier. Who's going first?
Where you usually go first? You want to go first?
I'll like my comedy career. I'm always willing to take the bullet spot. Let's fucking
make sure you
go.
hit the shuffle there. I don't think it's shuffled yet. So
okay, let's shuffle it once, twice,
as many times as you want.
3 times a spinning.
All right, let's go. And he can put one back if he wants, but if you do that, your next person that lands on you have to keep, and also that opens you up to another extra shot or extra fighter that we have on the wheel.
Yeah, the extra shots.
Go ahead and click them, sir.
Oh God, I do like the updated graphics. I'm not gonna lie.
The graphics are worse on this wheel. The wheel moves quicker.
That's what I'm saying. Morose.
So this is a lady. Who is she fighting? Miss Morose is fighting. Oh shoot. This is how good we are on this show.
Yeah, I wish we could. That's why I think we should go over to Streamlabs. Like we could have multiple windows open at the same time.
I don't want it to be too busy though.
Why not? That's kind of how you have to do it on the YouTubes. That's how we get people.
Listen, I want us to be our own show. All right, fam.
All right, whatever. You want to be original. You don't want to go the Carlos Mencia route. I see it.
No, that's what you want to do. Why can't I find? Geez, what? Why can't I?
Who are you looking for? You looking for Morale?
I'm looking for the card. I had it, and then I lost it.
I got. Okay, hold on. Is he prelim? He's a prelim, or is he?
It's Mariana Moreau. She's taking on Mariah Agapova.
Yeah.
That's going to be the curtain jerker on the 8 p.m. Prelims for UFC 272.
Let's take a look at the odds.
Yeah,
let me refresh.
Trying to find that myself.
Yeah, I don't have the odds on mine.
I got them. I'm just got to refresh. Miss Morose is a plus 160 underdog. I don't know anything about either of these ladies. I don't really remember. I'm sure I've seen them fight. It's very possible. I just don't remember.
I'm gonna throw caution to the wind because I do think she's kind of hot too. So always a good thing. She is the Iron Lady, so she's taking after
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher, or what's her name? Who's the other one? The one that fought Holly Holm, French woman.
Margaret Thatcher. Oh, no, I don't know.
She was like the first 145-pound champion, and then pulled out because she realized that she was going to fight Cyborg.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Somebody in the chat. No, French woman.
I mean, I would look, but I already have all the shit open.
You know what? Just remove her from the wheel because consider me taken with it. I'm gonna make this the first bet of the evening that I hopefully don't have to really regret doing.
So everyone, what we're pulling for is for Morose to get knocked out in the first round. That's what we're pulling for.
Jeez.
We haven't figured it out yet.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you.
Okay. All right, I'm up. What we got?
Well, here we go. Come on, devil.
I hope you get an extra shot.
I hope not. I feel like I'm gonna get crushed this time.
Good.
Oh no!
Yes, yes. Oh, fuck you. You get Bryce Mitchell. You son of a bitch.
All right, Bryce Mitchell. Is fighting Edson Barbosa. I don't know if he can beat Barbosa.
I'm hoping he doesn't beat Barbosa if you take him.
I am a fan of his, and I'm actually looking forward to pulling for this guy, even though he's a kind of a crackpot. Let me take a look at the odds first, though.
Kinda.
He's a minus 160 favorite. I'm surprised he's a favorite. All right, I got Bryce Mitchell, baby. I'm taking him.
All right, remember to let's remove Bryce Mitchell off the field. Thomas, it is now your time, my friend. Looks like I shouldn't say anything right now, but this is Tequilaquences.
Sure is.
We got Mike Kane coming up here after we
Matt
do our
Cain.
picks. Matt
Matt.
Kane, whatever. It's an
Oh, look
M.
at that! You gonna Trapper Keeper?
Are you gonna get
Oh,
Trapper Keeper? No, he's gonna get Elliot. He does
Oh, I
get
got him.
Trapper Keeper. Okay.
All right, let's see who he fighting.
Evan
He's
Holland.
fighting Alexander Oliveira, Cowboy Oliveira. He's a favorite, pretty big favorite, I think.
Really? Against
He's
Cowboy?
he's a minus 300 favorite. Yeah, he's a 1 to 3 favorite.
Interesting. I might have to do a counter bet on that one.
I think I'm gonna take him.
Yeah, I'd take him too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Unless
him.
Oliveira like has any kind of double leg, then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, if he takes him to the ground, it's over, son.
All right, Ray, here we go.
Be kind. That's all I want. I don't want to have to do 5 shots again. That was the worst day of my life.
Oh,
Ask the
That's the
chat.
cat. Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh,
all right.
no.
All right, chat, you're up.
Yep,
Who's
I'm gonna
in-
I'm gonna see who they give me.
Let's see who's in the chat.
Shit, it is going right now. People are trying to pick people. Jermaine Durandamy, by the way, is who I was talking about.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Michael. Who do
Somebody-
you guys want to pick for me? You got the people in the chat can pick for me right now. Give me
Somebody
a name.
give Ray someone on this card. Anybody on this card. First one that pops up, it's it.
Absolutely. You can give me the biggest underdog. You know what? I'm going to take it, to be honest. So the chat is in control of a pick, so feel free.
Hope everybody didn't give up on us now that we started doing this.
Nurmi? Who's
Who is
I have to look up
I don't know what that is either. That's not a person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Nurmagomedov. All right, it's Umar. You want to give him Umar? That's a good. Why you give him somebody who's gonna win?
Because
Pulse?
they care about me. Pulse likes me. And I'm going to take Pulse's thing and say Nurmagomedov because you can't go wrong with the Nurmagomedov. Sometimes.
Really? I thought you hated him.
I know, but when I'm having the opportunity
Right.
to possibly not do any shots, fucking taking it.
Thomas,
Thank you,
could you
Pulse.
please remove Umar? He's the guy whose name is really long on the wheel. There it is.
Yeah, you can. It's at the top of the screen. Or no, that's not him.
No, that's not him.
Just click down on the thing. Let's find him.
There he is.
Yep, Umar Nurmagomedov. Why'd you put his full fucking name, though, is my question.
Just because you wouldn't remember which Nurmagomedov it was if I didn't.
True. Well, I would still pick a Nurmagomedov.
Also,
in
on
any
this wheel,
form of fighting.
First and last names fit on this wheel, so I put a bunch of them on there. But
Nice. Very nice.
all right, now I'm up. So you want to shuffle her, and then
1,
here's
2,
again.
3. And Tim's last pick. I'm hoping it's an extra fighter or shot.
No.
Give me.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh shit!
All of these options are bad.
I will give you the option right now. Do you want to put it back and spin again because you
That's
still
not how
have
it
one?
works, Ray.
I'm just being nice.
No, Ray. I'm saying that's not how it works. How it always has worked is that you pick the fighter first, and I decide if I want to keep it or not. Always been how we done it.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give you just because I love the guy and he's an underdog on this fight. I'm gonna give you Jamie. Don't cause any trouble and malarkey.
Who's he?
Jalen Turner.
Fuck. All right. I'll keep him.
Keeping Jamie Malarkey.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as long as he doesn't get, knocked out. If he loses a decision, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But the thing, what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid of the extra shots and the extra fighters sitting in it. That's what I really don't want. Right. And also there's bigger underdogs in this card too. Malarkey has a shot. So hopefully he just doesn't get finished in the first round. So, All right, Thomas, you're up. And then we're We don't have any guests this time. It's okay.
No, yeah, this is gonna be a quick one. Sometimes we'll have quick ones. That way, I can also get ready for the interview. We got about 10 minutes before we have Matt Kane. Matt Kane,
Yeah.
flippy guy. I call him. He does a lot of flippy shit, and I liked it when I saw his sizzle reel. So,
Oh boy, here we go.
all right, Thomas, let's see what you got.
Extra fighter.
Watch out get Kobe Covington.
Extra
Yeah,
fighter.
Colby Covington.
Extra
Oh
shot.
shit! Ask
the chat again.
Ask the chat.
What the hell?
Oh, you can put it back, sir. After
You
they
got-
give
wait-
you the
yeah, wait for
thing.
them to
After they
pick.
give you the thing.
Somebody send us one. Whoever send us one first, that's it. Who's the biggest underdog in this card?
Why?
Give him Jorge.
First, you wanted to put him in the guest house of
Yep.
our mansion that we don't have.
Now
Now
you
you want to just give him the lowest
give him-
biggest
Give him
underdog? How dare
Kelleher,
you?
so I get some love out of that fight. Give him Kelleher. Is anybody
I don't
in
know.
the
We're
chat?
waiting on the chat right now. If you
want
wanna-
on us because we're spinning wheels?
I thought, yeah, all good points. But we need a name, boys and girls. We need a name. It's your choice. That's why we call it Ask the Chat. Sons of bitches.
It used to be Ask Casey, but it hasn't been coming around as much
Yeah,
anymore.
Casey Jones doesn't come around anymore. He doesn't like us. Whatever. I see. We go hang out with those holes over there. That's perfectly fine, Casey. I see you in the chat there all the time.
He
Son
is.
of a bitch.
He's there all the time. He's usually there first.
So, but yeah, let's
Elliot, that's it.
Tim
Boom.
Elliott,
Tim Elliott.
the Dirty Bird.
What?
Tim
No, that's
Elliott.
Tim Means, man.
Oh,
Tim
Tim
Means is
Means.
the dirty bird, you crazy person.
I thought he was the Dirty Bird.
No.
Who's
Tim
he
Elliott's
fighting? Let me see.
Tim Elliott is plus 195 underdog against Tigmir Ulanbekov. I don't expect him to win, but I don't know. I don't know. But Tim Elliott's been around forever, and he fights hard. So your call, man. This is a flyweight fight, correct? Little guys.
Yes.
Little fellas, little guys.
No,
Tiny man.
I'm
in a
putting
cage.
that back. I'm putting
He's
that
putting
back.
Tim Elliott back.
All right. So let's just shuffle it once and then press it up. Let's go, baby. All sales are final now. Oh, God.
Come
Oh,
on.
God. Up.
All right, this guy Clean. He's a late replacement here if the fight Devontae Smith. He's a plus 145 underdog against Devontae Smith. He just came in and took this fight a couple days ago. So
I got him. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Mr. Highlight is what his name is. So that might be a good
and
one.
he's been losing. He lost his last fight. And it was recent. And Devontae Smith is from Cleveland originally. He's a tough dude.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, next week
we have one more to do. We have our backup, which
yes, we have to do our backup.
which if any of the fights go under for between now and Saturday, we'll take this fighter. One time, 2 people had to take the backup fighter. This doesn't matter. Just
respin it.
spin it again.
No. Close. Ta-da. No.
One more time.
It also can't
Kobe
be
Covington.
Yeah.
can't be anyone who's fighting someone we have. Like if it's Turner, we have to spin again. And it's Colby.
Oh,
it
it's
is Colby.
Colby. God damn it,
All right.
Thomas. You jinxed it. So we have to take Colby Covington if one of our fights drops out. And we will make sure to root for that Kurt Angle theme of Colby Covington's. And it's a good time. I'm going to take a break for a second while we're getting everything set up for
I was
Matt
about
Kane.
to. Fine, you go. Fine,
so-
you go. I don't need more drink or anything. I have like how much?
That's why I prepare and get everything around me. Like I'm a prepper. Like everything just has to be within arm's reach, unless
I
I
don't
have
even
to
have that
pee or
much
smoke a
alcohol.
bowl.
But I didn't go get more before the show started. I only have a little bit left.
Oh, that sucks. But I will be right back, guys.
Fine.
So this guy's a stunt guy.
I think so. Let's ask him what all he's been doing. Like I asked him to be on like when we first started, and I kind of forgot. Then Saturday I started drinking, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to got a hold of Matt. So I got a hold of Matt, and I mean he's teaching class till 8, so he said he'll be on it soon. 8:30. He hasn't. I don't know if he's looked at my the link I sent yet, but I'm sure he'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna talk to him about. We'll figure it out.
Are we nervous for the interview?
Oh no, I know Matt. No. The only time I was nervous for an interview is maybe when we had Militich on. Not Pat. Ray was because he just kept talking over him, which pissed me off at the time.
Michael want to know who's this dude.
Well, he'll tell you. I guess I'm gonna have him kind of intro himself because he can do that better than I can. Because I don't know a whole lot what he's doing. I know he owns a gym here and he does like stage combat and like stunt stuff. We should have played his reel that he had earlier, but I don't know. He does a lot of crazy flippy shit, martial arts stuff. And I want to talk to him about stage combat and like movie fights and stuff. He's also a wrestling fan, so if all else fails, you guys could talk about wrestling. I know he's been to a handful of WrestleManias. I'm pretty sure.
We got less than a week until I'm there to see Seth Rollins.
Jimmy Rollins?
Seth Rollins will be there. It's Raw, so we'll have all
Henry Rollins?
Not Henry. If it was Henry, I'd make sure.
Pat Rollins? Raising Dion? No?
Pat Rollins? No.
Yes. Yeah, we're most Cleveland. Those guys are pretty close. I'm a little south, but it's still the closest big city to me. Rodney Cambridge, who's taking where's what? James Vick. That's funny. No, James Vick left the UFC and they got knocked out by somebody in the regional circuit too. So he isn't like he's on. I don't know, like I think on the top 20 knockouts, he's like 3 of them. James Vick.
Damn.
See, and then you had to bring up Rodney King. Look what you did to Thomas. Look what you did to him.
I mean, it's history. It's part of it. I'm just glad I didn't have to take that ass whooping because I wouldn't have been able to.
It got OJ off.
Yes, it did. This is the second time today that I've heard mention of OJ getting off.
Were you watching porn earlier?
No, was at the doctor's office. I went to the dermatologist. This sore over here. So they were talking about court cases, and I guess my dermatologist's nurse is going to law school too. And she's up here like, I got to figure out how it was viable that they got OJ off of that murder charge. And I'm like, do I really want to hear this while I'm about to get 6 shots of steroids put in my head right now? Made me nervous.
What?
You missed all of that.
No, I heard it. You're talking. You got the guy. I went to cardiologist today. They don't want to do a heart cath. They want to do like a CT scan or something. So that's good. Who? Probably the gust of wind, man. Yeah. James Vick. Yeah. James Vick.
That's good news.
He got that Cody Garbrandt chin. I don't even like saying that because I love Cody Garbrandt. He's from where I'm from, the area I'm from. I've known Cody when he was since before he was a pro fighter. But you got to keep his hands up, fam. Another one of those guys. This happens, man. It's not really anything you can do. Some guys just don't have great chins, but you got to figure out other ways, man. Yeah, just figure out ways to not get hit right on the chin and keep your hands up. Use more wrestling.
In the UFC.
Well, I mean, at one point Liddell did, but then when it went. I don't know. There's a lot of guys who take a lot of punishment. I don't know. I can't really think of one right now. Can anybody else? It's not Stipe. However, he's getting hit by freaking sledgehammers. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think right now. A lot of people have had. I mean, they call it Chan Sung Jung the Korean zombie for a reason.
Yeah,
And
I've
he's
heard
fighting
of.
pretty soon against Volkanovski. They don't expect him to win, but I love Zombie. Thomas, my ladies and bandmate, my new favorite band, are coming to the U.S., and I was hoping they would come somewhere I could go, but they're not coming to Cleveland or Columbus or Pittsburgh. It's breaking my heart.
Where are they coming to?
The closest to us is like D.C. and Philadelphia.
It's like Rammstein. Rammstein's coming to Washington, but they're not coming nowhere near us.
Yeah, I saw that. Not happy about it.
Yeah, Ray, I was saying bandmate's not coming anywhere.
I heard you. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, you know what though? It's in October, so I got some time. They're going to Houston. I have family in Houston, and I could drive to Philly, then see my family in the other part of Pennsylvania. I'll figure it out. I think I'm probably going to try to make one. Although, Philadelphia, probably Philly.
I'm going.
We'll see. Matt said he'll be here about 8:40.
All right. I'm next Wednesday. I'm going to the Grog Shop in Cleveland for this punk band that I really like called Flatfoot 56. They're out of Chicago. Both of the brothers in the band are like 6'8" and 6'9".
Damn.
There's big fucking dudes, and they have the total punk rock mentality to them, which is nice because I love those kind of like bands where
born pissed because they're that tall and can't play basketball.
Well, I mean, they can play guitar like motherfuckers, though. Like both guys are really good. And actually, the lead singer, the
punk rock, it's 3 chords, right?
It's Celtic punk, so it's a little bit more involved. Okay. There's there's mandolins, there's a bagpipe. It's all about it, brother, and I can't wait. All about.
Pretty sure this show has sucked so far. I hope Matt can save it. I don't put the kind of pressure
we've had
on
a good show.
No, we've been terrible, man. I've been asleep the whole time. No one said anything funny.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Not even a little bit.
To quote our friend Master Ken, I was the funniest person on this show. He said that y'all can't tell me otherwise. I have B-roll footage of Rosie O'Donnell twerking naked by her pool. Anybody know how I can get it in contact with TMZ? I think it's actually on the website.
You just shout that from a public street, and they'll come find you.
Probably. It's
I have celebrity dirt, and they'll find you. They're everywhere.
Harvey just is like he flies in on a jetpack and pulls it out of your hand.
Yes. Throws you $100 and that's it.
Yeah, he just makes it rain hundreds on you. And as he's slowly taking off, it's just, you're welcome.
Until we meet again.
Make sure to have topless pics.
I'll be right back. I gotta get more.
All right. We should have Matt Kane coming on here soon.
Did you see when I made Thomas intro the podcast? I told him if we're not here, he's gonna have to do the show by himself on a Tuesday.
This is
He's
true.
To be prepared for that.
Yeah, could happen. But
what can happen is there be no show. So he has
probably
to pull
we just throw a best of like some bad radio show. It's like just our wackiest bits of the month, everybody. Also, can I start a GoFundMe to just to pay my rent? I wouldn't do that. I'd say get McDonald's is hiring. I always see that. Like pay your rent that way.
Target $24 an hour.
Yes. And all the buildings you can burn. It's so much fun with all of that.
What?
It was a summer of love, Thomas. It was a summer of love.
Is that what you call it? Okay.
I laugh at the fact that I think in about 10 minutes, the corpse in chief, or no, he should be on the microphone right now. And we still have the same amount of viewers as we always do. So thank you guys. At least you're not watching the State of the Union address like a dummy, and you're watching us be dummies. That's what I really want us to be. So the Comorbidity Coalition, I'd rather beg big to a crowdfunding website. Oh, I agree. Well, you could always do OnlyFans. People pay for the butthole. I mean, it's one of those things, bro. Like,
Apparently, there's a puppy fetish that's really hot on OnlyFans right now.
what? Wait, are we talking like the masks and shit? Like,
I'm not think they're talking about masks, man.
Man, I hope it's not, because I'm thinking it has to be like the kink fetish masks, that look like dogs. They call them pups, like, or horses. Like some fat bitch from like Wisconsin will dress like a fucking Clydesdale and like pull a fucking thing. Have you ever seen that? There's a documentary, an English documentary about like it was on what's it called? Tosh.0, I think, did a thing about it years ago. But it was like these dudes dressed as horses, and they would do like obstacle courses as horses. And these like just big titted mistress, like white women with like just 2 rose tattoos that like have grown with the thing. Like we're whipping
Did you
them
just
with
say they were dressed as a horse? Of course. And the obstacle courses, of course.
And that's when you talk to Ed, the guy that's dressed like the horse. It's not Mr. Ed. It's just Ed from accounting. But yeah. Oh, there's probably like a lot of dudes, but you'd have to also find consenting women and like do porn.
Again, if we're never going to start a Patreon, if ever anything, we're going to start an OnlyFans.
Yes.
We're not going to be naked on it. We're just going to use that as our platform instead of Patreon.
And I honestly, I think we could do that and collaborate with MMA women on OnlyFans. I think we could do that.
It's just us in the background doing this.
Yeah. Every single one, just us both popping out from Jessica I's hips, just
like that guy in Mortal Kombat, back in the day. I'm talking about the little guy who came out on the side.
Ed Boon.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
that was actually one of the developers, I think, too, of Mortal Kombat.
Boon. Yeah,
was that? I didn't think it was Boone. I thought it was somebody else.
Boone or John Tobias. It was one of the two.
It was John Tobias. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but apparently there was a comic that used to do it for a while. He went to like Oberlin College and then would drive in from Oberlin.
Brewster. No, we'll talk about this probably when Matt, we're done talking to Matt. But this main event, we don't get. Listen, for $80, you don't get a title fight, but you get 2 guys who can't beat Kamaru Usman. There you go. All right. Yeah. Kamaru Usman's bitches. That's what we get Saturday.
He carries them out on leashes. Just
that'd be great.
Like a rap video, just Kamaru Usman dancing with like them and takes off the like collars and just the gentlest, not even the best kind, but the gentlest kiss on the forehead for both of them. Just
bye, baby, be safe.
those like round Morpheus from
those round
Morpheus glasses. Yes, of course. That we are from Ohio. We're basically North Texas up here, like without the cold.
North Texas is North.
We have a lot of redneck people out there in certain, especially Central Ohio.
They're everywhere, fam.
Well, yeah. I'm talking more if I can fucking talk now.
Yeah, so Central Ohio. If you ever go to Central Ohio, do not go with more than 2 miles outside of Columbus.
Yeah, it's
stay
scary.
in Columbus. You go to Columbus, stay there. Don't go outside of it, especially south. South, it's a little shit. Like you wind up in Chillicothe, run.
I actually want to go to Chillicothe for a wrestling show.
That makes sense. It makes sense that they would have low-level pro wrestling in Chillicothe.
Well,
probably creepy ass strip clubs too.
Really, I want to see those places. I'm down for it. Oh, I love a good shit strip club.
I feel like we have to take Thomas to Moran's now.
Yeah, well, I've never been to Moran's for many
You haven't?
No, for multitudes of reasons. I don't want to go to Moran's. Like,
It's dark
It-
in there. No one noticed you.
yeah, but I'd run into the owner, and I don't know if he'd remember me. And I mean, I was over at his house playing cards, so yeah.
Did you beat him at cards?
No,
There you go. You're fine.
no.
You're fine.
But yeah, his house. I always joke his house looked like he owned a strip club, like just gold everything. It
Yes.
was adorable.
Is he also a boxing promoter?
No. He used to be a cop, apparently. I don't know if he sold it, but yeah. Yeah, he used to be a cop.
Cop. I'm sure he was squeaky clean and perfect.
He was on, I think it was the either Dover or New Philadelphia police squads. One of them. Yeah. So he was a great dude. I'm not saying he was a bad guy, and he was nice. What was that comment? Take the 72-ounce challenge the next time you're in southern Texas. Possibly. Is that we have to drink out of some sweaty Cowboys hat? Because I mean, if I'm getting paid to do it, I'd do it, but not for free.
Yeah, is that the Texas shoey?
Yeah.
Either that or just pour it onto a horseshoe and do it that way.
Yeah, you have to like pour it through, freshly taken
horseshoe.
off the
Yeah.
hoof.
And
Just like pour it through the holes.
the-
Oh,
Ah, well, you first, Ray. Ah.
oh God, no, I'm fine. I would rather do an entire show where I just do tequila shots than that.
Listen, I feel like I have the worst lineup for Tequilaquences, but I feel like we're all having pretty decent shape. I can't believe they gave you Umar. What the hell, man? Should have gave you Kelleher.
Hey, you know what? I think the wheel is taking pity on me. Like I think she's finally, and it is a woman because she can be a bitch. But like 72 ounces of steak, a loaded potato with all the trimmings, and a roll and a beer. I could do that. I couldn't do it in an hour, but I could probably do it in about an hour and a half. So is he coming on?
He's here. That's something. Yeah.
Thomas, if you could bring our guest in.
He's not
Tim,
showing up.
you're gonna have to
He'll be up. I'm sure he's just coming through the portal.
Yeah, so you'll have to introduce him because
well, you know, I'm gonna kind of have him do that himself because he can probably do better than I can. So
this is true.
I got it though. I got it. I know what you're saying.
Yes. So we are gonna get our guest Matt Kane ready. Thank you guys, by the way, since we're waiting for him to come in. Appreciate everybody watching. You guys are the reason that we do this, and the fact that we've gotten a lot more people on this channel.
And the reason why Ray wants to sell out now.
Well, yeah, and then ask for money in the tip jar.
We get to 78, and Ray's like, "Time to sell out." Going full Nickelback.
This is how we go. I am going full Josie Scott and Chad Kroger for the movie Spider-Man. I am writing heroes, motherfucker.
Turn up the auto tune. Time to sell out.
Someone told me if you give us money, we will be good and we'll have production value.
Yeah, but we don't want to overdo it, man. Listen, I want this show to be something that we could entertain people with the things we're saying, not like goofy crap. Listen,
well, no,
I love the MMA hosts, but I don't want to be
stream.
them. I love what they do, but I don't want to be them. I want to.
Yeah, I agree with you. But why not make some coin off of our hilarious natures?
You're just trying to spam people or scam.
No, not spam people. Give them the option.
Sorry, scam people.
No,
say the option. Like if someone's like, "Hey, we want to give you $20," we're not going to make it too difficult for them to do that.
No, it's very easy. That's the link in the subscription in the description of the video on YouTube.
We tell them you go to Walmart and get Western Union.
Yes, through email.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a link.
Money order made payable to a PO box in Stone Creek.
No, in Wampum. That's where you gotta drive all the way to Wampum, Pennsylvania.
Okay, sure.
and then there's 3 PO boxes that you have to find the keys for in a pasture.
That's the only tough part.
Yeah, they're marked, but you have to find the markings, and they're very small, almost you have to use a microscope. Then to send us the money fully, we need $1,000 up front, and whatever you want to send.
You know,
we
you
need to
have
toss it.
so much against Habib, but you sound like one of his distant relatives that's just trying to run.
I'm just a Dagestani prince. I have money. It's just I need you to help me get it into America. That's what you do.
Now you want to be an African prince. What the hell? All right, you Nigerian fake.
Anyway, I'm actually pretty surprised that array hasn't been activated this week.
I know. Yeah, we haven't had any activations. Actually,
I think this last one might be, but I don't know.
Oh boy,
is it? They maybe those people trying to activate may not even be here anymore.
Yep, there we are. We got one of them.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got one.
We got one. Yeah. And I love the name, Gaylord Seha.
Is that a pitcher?
It does sound like one. Like
for the Oakland A's, he's the third starter.
Coming out of the University of Cuba.
I feel like
Gaylord Seha.
The name Gaylord's only okay now if you play baseball. If not, you're like, what the hell, man?
Oh, yeah.
And you have to pitch. If you're playing the outfield, like, what the hell's Gaylord doing in the outfield? Hey, Matt, what's up, man?
Hey, Matt Kane, everybody.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Yeah, good. Thanks for being on, fam. I feel like you can intro yourself better than I can. So you want to tell anyone paying attention?
No. I want you to give it a try.
I could try.
Yeah, Tim.
Matt's dude. He's a good dude. He's got a gym and he does some like flippities and some stage combat stuff and he looks good without a shirt on and he's got a man bun and some swords and yeah. I'm just
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for that glorious intro, Tim.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
That's beautiful. But yeah. Matt Kane is my name. I pretty much known around in the circles for being like the martial arts stunt guy. I teach at Kent State University. I teach martial arts there. I own my own gym. Right.
Paragon Martial Arts.
Plug, Paragon Martial Arts and Fitness. We're in Akron in the Chapel Hill area. We teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I teach spear self-defense. And like Tim was mentioning, I have a film fighting class that I just got done actually teaching here a little bit ago. So that's kind of my spiel.
How does one like? Did you? I hate to. I don't know how to really ask this. How did you find out about or learn stage combat? Because I know there's some comedians out there. I've seen a video on This Is Not Happening, where a comedian was in New Orleans with his friend and they were acting like gay lovers. And they would have these long, drawn-out fights, apparently. He told this story on that show. How did you get into – because it's awesome. I love that whole art, to be honest with you. Where did you find, like, a place to learn that?
Yeah, so first let me differentiate the term between stage combat and film fighting. So what we do is we primarily teach people to fight on film, whereas stage combat is more for, like, theater. So we do more on the film side of things. But the genesis for me is, I mean, growing up as a kid, I was a Bruce Lee mark. I was a freak. I loved anything I get Bruce Lee, anything I get my hands on, anything I could watch. That was my stuff. So I grew up loving Bruce Lee, martial arts, Jean-Claude Van Damme, pro wrestling. Like I loved anything that was, entertaining and physical was like my thing.
Yeah.
So I also grew up being heavily involved in drama and acting. I started at 9 years old. I started in my elementary school's drama club. So martial arts, the physical, athletic performance side of things, plus the acting side of things, the perfect marriage was film fighting and fight choreography.
Yeah.
Right? So I grew up loving that stuff. And I started getting like very small stunt gigs, fight choreography, get, Thug number 2, Thug number 3, get my ass kicked. And I just reached out in local community in the Cleveland area and just started working with people on fight scenes and stunts, and kind of started bridging through that. And I got a lot of connections. I do my own films, my own short films. I do fight choreography on other people's projects as well. So yeah, ever since from a very young age, I had a thirst for martial arts, combat, but also more the performance side of thing, instead of not so much the competitive side of thing, more for the the performance and the artistry side of things, and telling a story, right? You guys know, like, whether two guys are fighting in the octagon, or two guys are fighting in a ring in WWE, or two guys are fighting on a street, like in the upcoming Batman movie, they're telling a story. So I really started getting into the art of telling a story and how using our bodies to tell that narrative.
Oh yeah. And the one that always got me was, like, when it came to like fight choreography, was, I don't know how old you are, but there used to be a show called World Martial Arts Council Masters.
Yeah,
back
WMC
in the day.
Masters, hell yeah.
I loved that show just because the fight choreography was so good on that show, and the way they would shoot stuff too to make it kind of more fluid. I always was a big fan. Obviously, also like Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, all those kind of shows. But like, yeah, man, I'm so happy somebody knows what World Martial Arts Council is. Like, no, I've brought that up to so many people, and nobody knows what the Dragon Star is. Nobody knows of the belt. Nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy somebody else knows about WMAC, bro.
That was my shit. That was my shit. Chris Casamassa.
Yeah.
What was the name of his character? Man, I can't remember.
It's been so. I know it's on like Crackle, I think, has episodes
you can
on there.
Actually, you might be able to, because I went down a rabbit hole a few months ago and I saw a few episodes on YouTube. They were kind of chopped up, but it was basically like WWE martial arts, right? Because they had storylines, they had backstage segments. It was entertaining as hell, and they filmed it, I think, at like Universal Studios or something like that. Yeah. But it was awesome. I loved the hell out of that. As a kid. I think it only ran for like 2 seasons. There was definitely, like, looking back on it now, like some of it's like really, like, the acting is really bad.
Super cheesy,
but it's still entertaining. I mean, they fight in the ring, and they have the like
the Thunder Cage or whatever it was.
The Thunder Cage, yeah.
Oh, you guys know what that is? Tim and Thomas, WMAC Masters.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thomas has seen it and Tim's never seen it.
Nope.
It was basically if Mortal Kombat was a shitty like Saturday morning cartoon. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They had like they had a Native American character on there. They had the street tough black guy. Like, they had all the stereotypes. WMAC Masters.
There it is.
It's such a.
So you're saying it doesn't hold up? Is that what you're trying to say?
It does not at all.
No.
It's like Power Rangers. You look at it, and the stereotypes are definitely there. Like,
but all the guys, they would fight for what was called the Dragon Star, and it was like that was like their belt, their title. They were going for the strap, and there was I remember the street tough black guy was the Machine.
Yes,
I think Red Dragon was Chris Casamassa.
Yes.
Okay.
There was Ho Sung Pak. He played. Yeah, he was. Who the hell was he? Because he was in Mortal Kombat. He was in the original game. Ho Sung Pak doubled. I think it might have been. Oh God, was it Liu Kang? I can't remember. But anyways, all these dudes, they had their little federation, their little deal, and they would fight for this Dragon Star. But they would have storylines, and each character had a backstory. Man, it was great. Yes, it does not hold up well. It's easy. It's very 90s. The fight scenes are dated, but it's entertaining. It's like 20 minutes. It's literally like a Saturday morning like cartoon show for kids.
Yeah.
It would have at the end of like every episode, it was like, here's why you don't do drugs, kids. Like,
they would have such good. They did have those cheesy 90s PSAs.
Yeah,
which I love watching those. Like, you should instead of life kicking you guys, you should kick life, not do drugs.
Exactly. Yeah,
those are so good. Oh, I'm happy now. I got to talk WMAC. That's so rare.
I've not talked WMAC Masters with anybody in a long time. So I'm just happy.
That's what the show does. We bring different kinds of nerds together. Is what we do. Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I don't know this one, but there's been other things where I'm like, I don't know. You're the only person who knows that too. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, we're a strange kind of nerd. We like fighting, but we're still total nerds about it. So that's what's kind of
100%. And you guys
Yeah.
are my people because I definitely love martial arts and combat, but to the day I die, I will identify as a nerd for sure.
Oh yeah.
I say it all the time. I feel like we're the show that kind of makes following fighting like not cool. Like there's the guys who are big fight fans who wear like affliction t-shirts,
Yeah.
right? And the bedazzled cross jeans. We're like the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
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 But we still, we like the same stuff as those guys. We both like fights, but we're the complete opposite vibe. So that's kind of what this show's for. But so are you like the best person or the worst person to watch action movies with? Because like, are you one of those people that are like, that was a dumb move, the move was dumb, they didn't do it right? Or is it the opposite? Like
Well,
you don't realize how great that was. And like, no, we don't realize how we're just watching
it's-
the movie for the storyline, Matt.
I guess it depends. It depends on what we're watching. For the most part, like I'm the guy I support because I know all the work and how hard this shit is. All the work that people do that people don't understand. The years of training, practice, the sacrifice that these performers put their bodies through. Like people have died doing stunts. Like and the fact that there's not a category at the Academy Awards for stunts is a joke. But whatever.
Yeah. I think that is a good point. That is a very good point.
Yeah. So I can appreciate all that stuff. Now, every now and again, I'll be like, that's kind of, but for the most part, I try to suspend my disbelief and just enjoy the product. Unless it's something super egregious, then I'm like, I try to just enjoy it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
It's probably the same way we watch comedy. I'm sure it's about the same way.
Oh.
Like sometimes we'll see a comic do like just a hack as hell joke and it will kill, and we're sitting in the back like, what the hell, man? Like that. I'm sure it's like that. And also, if they have something that's really put together well, you're like, how long it must have taken them to get that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well,
forever.
There's a movie we did 3 years ago. It's currently on Tubi. Shameless plug on Tubi. It's called Assassin's Game. Okay, Assassin's Game, free to watch on Tubi. So I'm in the final fight. Okay, it's a 9-minute fight sequence. Okay, 9 minutes.
Nice. When they live with it, I love it.
No, we didn't go that far.
By the way.
Okay, it wasn't that over the top. That's a great fight scene.
But I mean, like in time wise, that went like what was it, like 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, with Keith David and Roddy Piper.
Yes.
But anyways, for that fight scene, we spent almost a year prepping it. Meaning we trained, myself and then the lead actor, John, we trained for about a year. Almost usually once a week, sometimes twice a week to prep for this fight scene, right? We would rehearse 2 or 3 hours every time we got together. And then it took us a couple weeks to actually film it, right? Mm-hmm. So, most people have no idea the amount of time and effort it goes into to film something like this.
I can imagine that though, especially with the amount of takes. If some guy will get like just completely towed right in the eye, the distance really isn't there. It is. So
if you look at this finger right here, right?
Yeah.
Which one of these things does not look like the other? So this finger, speaking of that, like we had to stop production because essentially one part of the fight, I'm on my back. The other guy's in my guard. He's kind of like raining down haymakers like this, right? And I'm supposed to block like this, sit up and do like an overhook, and then I'm getting ready to like choke him. Well, we were rushing. I was tired. I'm getting blown up, doing this fight scene over and over again. So I sit up. I'm a little bit late. So when I block it, I don't block it with my forearm. I hit like this. And my finger clips his forearm like this. So in the middle of doing all that, I don't know if you guys have ever like had something out of alignment in your body.
Yeah.
But it was like my brain knew something was wrong. And automatically I like went to my finger. I look over at my hand and my finger is like this, right? It's sticking at like a 90 degree backwards.
Yeah.
So I literally went like that and it was subconscious. I popped it back in and then I kept going in with the fight. And then I get up and I'm like, the director goes cut. And I'm like, I go like this. He's like, Matt, you all right? I go, I know, I think I hurt my finger. So I hold my finger up like this, and I start pushing. And this knuckle right here, it was like Play-Doh. I could just push it all the way. I'm like, I don't know. So anyways, nothing broke, right? But it was just a severe, what they call subluxation. It just popped out, and I popped it back in quickly. So, yeah.
Oh God.
So this shit's real. Even though even though it's choreographed, it's real.
Shit can happen.
Oh,
I mean,
sure it is. Yeah. No, how do you explain that to an insurance company if something goes wrong in like an independent film?
What insurance? No,
yeah,
exactly. You go like, so how'd you do this? You know, and usually I'm just like, oh, I was playing, I was doing martial arts.
I was hit by a baseball.
I was hit, whatever. Yeah, fun times, man.
I bet, dude.
So, you see, you teach a class in this. Like, what kind of people usually come to that class? People who are just interested in that and movie fights and stuff, or maybe like actors, or just people trying to get in shape. What kind of people?
So predominantly, the makeup of the class it's mostly actors. I have a good part that are filmmakers that want to learn just more about the art of filming action scenes and design and film their own fight sequences. So mostly are actors. Some are filmmakers, directors, producers, etc. And then I have a few that just like want to have fun doing it. Like this month, we're doing katana. We're learning how to play with a sword. So anybody that just wants to learn how to use a sword, can come and try it. So that's kind of the mix in general.
That's pretty
okay.
Cool.
Yeah. And I will say, Tim sent me a picture of you with a
your profile
katana.
picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
And dude, like immediately the first thing I said was Jesus Christ. Like, especially with the katana, you look like you just like beheaded the warlord you're trying to take over of the house. Like
he's the only Highlander left.
Well, my inspiration for that photo was like Steven Seagal, like all like serious and like.
So you want to fight for the Russian army now? Is what you're saying?
Oh no, I gotta be 400 pounds first before I can do that, and run like a girl. But other than that, I'll be good.
Well, I was about to say, have you ever seen Lawman?
No,
Steven Seagal's Lawman.
I've seen clips.
Oh, Thomas, have you ever seen Lawman?
No.
He was like a Texas.
Thomas will send you that pic so the people can see it.
Yes, we'll put that picture up. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at three guys. We're technically the comorbidity coalition in the COVID era, and I think that should be a shirt we have, like for like our obese fans. Like it only comes in like 2 or XL and above.
4X.
Comes in circus tents.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I have.
It's no Photoshop there, fam.
No, that is no filter.
That's no carbs for like 3 weeks, is what that is.
As I'm drinking a beer,
Don't tell people that you wake up that way no matter what.
Yes.
This is how you are all the time.
But like, Lawman's awesome because Steven Seagal is like basically just a police officer who's like talking straight with the actual cops, and then they'll arrest a black dude, and he'll like start talking what he thinks is like cool black guy lingo, and you're like, oh, you suck.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
I think that was in like Louisiana, right?
Yeah. I think it was New Orleans. Oh my God, Steven Seagal is just such a silly man.
My favorite Seagal story. Do you guys know the when he almost got in a fight with Van Damme?
No.
Tell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was back in like the height of Van Damme's coke addiction, right?
Nice.
And
even better.
Van Damme was dropping, I think he was dropping like 10G a week on coke, like no joke. So this was at the height, like late 90s, and Sylvester Stallone was having a party for all like the action stars, like at his home in Miami or shit, right? To be a fly on the wall there, right? So you had Bruce
awesome.
Willis, Arnold, Stallone, Seagal, Van Damme, like there was,
so much
row.
cocaine. Oh man,
so much cocaine. It's the Matterhorn of cocaine.
Yeah. So Van Damme shows up to the party, and he's like, hopped off. He's off his tits and coke, and he comes up to Seagal because these two had been kind of talking trash a little bit back and forth. You know, Van Damme saying Seagal can't fight. Seagal's been saying Van Damme's just a pretty boy. He can't fight either. So Van Damme challenges Seagal. He goes, I'll kick your ass. Right? We do it right now. Come on, let's go. I'll kick your ass. And so Seagal's like, okay, yeah, all right, let's go. So, you know, and Stallone, who, you know, it's his party. He's like, all right, we'll do it. We'll go outside, you know, and we'll settle this mano a mano. So they go outside. And Seagal runs to his car and gets in his like Porsche and just takes off. Didn't want anything to do with Van Damme. He was scared shitless and ran. That's the word. That's the word on the street.
Well, because it's Hapkido versus actual like kickboxing.
Yeah.
So
Seagal does Aikido.
Yeah, Aikido. Sorry, I get them kind of mixed up, but
yeah.
Even then, like Aikido is basically just kind of I'm not discrediting it, but like a dodging art more than it is anything else.
Aikido is meant to fight samurai with swords back 400 years ago. Like it's archaic as hell. Is it cool? Sure. Can it work in theory? Sure. Will it work in a fight? No. That's why nobody goes into the octagon and goes, I'm an Aikido practitioner. Like, let's go. They will get destroyed. Right? So he knew that.
You never know, fam. There might be somebody out there that's like the fucking he flips people with his mind too. Maybe some chi. You know, they'll use some chi powers.
What do they call that one? What do they call? What is the one where you don't touch anybody? What's that one called? Open something. Open. What's it called?
I don't know.
Drive me nuts. I'll look it up.
But it's kind of funny. You're in martial arts circles, so you probably know of like Cervelli martial arts.
Cervelli.
Yeah,
it sounds familiar.
He was actually kind of mentioned on a Joe Rogan episode because he claimed to be somebody that like one of the men that stared at goats, and he has a martial arts gym, and it's very what Tim was talking about,
open
where
hand.
It's like this open hand kind of stuff, where it's like energies, and I've seen so many of his videos, and I'm so happy that I do like occasionally do real martial arts. Like
look up when you get a chance, look up Grandmaster Tom Cameron.
Okay.
So this dude's pushing 4 bills easily. And
is he like white haired?
Glasses. You might be thinking about George Dillman. That's another
probably guy. George Dillman, yeah.
So this dude, Tom Cameron, you know, he claims he can throw energy balls, right?
Yes.
And so he does this demonstration, and he gets up there. He's talking, and listen, the guy is out of breath just talking. He's like, "So, I'm going to teach you guys how to use energy beams, right?" So he gets up there, and he has his black belt student, this girl who looks like she does not want to be there, right? She's like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing," and he goes, "All right. I'm going to have my assistant. She's going to throw an energy ball, and it's going to knock me out. I'm taking a big risk here." Right? So he stands like this, and she goes, I kid you not. She goes like this, makes a ball, and she goes basically like Hadouken, right? And he goes, and he falls back like this, and he starts having a seizure. And she runs over to him and kind of picks him up and goes and smacks him on the side of his neck, and he goes, I was out for total horseshit. Entertaining as hell.
Dude, I love bullshido. Like any bullshido martial art that like you can find or somebody posted in like a group you're a part of. McDojo Life is fucking awesome. They're the OG kingpins of the whole thing. But if it's just somebody at something, like I've seen that where like they'll be at martial arts conventions and they'll be that guy and they'll take video and be like, this is what you don't do. All right, cool. Like, Thank you for the entertainment for tonight. Yeah. This is
Matt, by the way, that video was awesomely funny. I just watched it.
You watched it?
Oh my.
It's the best.
So good.
But my thing with all of that, whatever. Okay, you wanna do your energy balls, energy beams, all that stuff. My thing is like, think about that speaks to whether you want to call it the cult of personality or whatever, but how you can get people to believe that is beyond me.
And it's pay you money to teach them nothing.
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those people too, because a lot of those people are like, "Oh, I want a self-defense," and they're paying this money to someone to teach them nothing. And if they never needed to defend themselves, they know nothing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing with like watching these, like, I like Brewster's comment of fake martial arts. With put that up there. I just saw I just saw this thing. It's called, the style is called "fuck you."
Yeah.
It's that's a great one, man. Like, oh, I love fake anytime I can see that shit, because we had a real martial artist, a man that can throw energy balls on our show,
True. If anyone
in
can.
Master Ken. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
we
Well,
we
he's
know
in his own league. He's in his own
Yeah.
league. He's
Yeah.
he's
No.
on top of the mountain.
Yeah, you don't talk shit about Amerizote.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
America
gotta have him
is
back.
the greatest thing
man.
ever.
Yeah, he came on when we had like one viewer in like 3 episodes. So
That's amazing.
We'll have him back. Yeah, he's the man. He's awesome.
Yeah. I
That's
want to
great.
have a Master Ken, like I want to have a round table and Master Ken be one of the members on like a 5-person round table of MMA.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
That would be
Yeah.
funny, but like I said, if you have Master Ken, you just let him do all the talking, though. That's the only thing about.
Yeah. Obviously, he would be shot too, like immediately. Like, Master Ken, what do you think about
Everybody's
about
there
this
for
fight?
we ask like 4 other black belts of different disciplines to come. We don't let them say
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd be great.
How long have you been in martial arts? Like, how long have you been doing it your entire life? Have you,
Yeah. So
okay.
I started right around when I was 12 years old. I'm 34 now, so I've been going for about 22 years. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you start out? What was the first discipline? Did you do what everybody does? Usually it's like they go into karate and then you kind of find your shit from there.
My route was more circuitous. So like I said, I was a Bruce Lee freak.
Yeah.
So I started with Jeet Kune Do. So
okay.
I started training in Jeet Kune Do. I had a really good friend of mine. He had an instructor who learned from somebody who learned from Bruce, right? You know how that shit goes.
Yeah.
And
the lineage.
My friend, his instructor was a master in Chinatown in New York City, and he learned from him, and then I learned from him. You know, Jeet Kune Do is underground. It's more like learning in somebody's garage, you know, that kind of shit. So that's actually where I got my start. And then I also was, I got my hand, like I said, I had my hand on I bought every single Bruce Lee book, the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, all his fighting techniques, and I literally would come home from school and just like, you know, practice for hours until I would go to bed, and then rinse and repeat. And then later in my teen years, I got into more formal martial arts. I started doing a martial art called Mina Jiu-Jitsu, which is a combination of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, karate, kickboxing, a bunch of other stuff. Okay. And then, you know, my path has led me down a bunch of other different things. But yeah, Jeet Kune Do is still at its core. That's what I started with. That's what I harken back to.
Nice. Okay. I like it. Were you a fan? Like, because we're all pretty much, I mean, Thomas is the oldest one out of all of us, but not by leaps and bounds. But did you watch, like, growing up as a martial artist, did you watch like UFC and, you know, all that stuff growing up? Because you mentioned wrestling. We'll talk about that in a minute, because that's when Tim will just shut down, because he knows nothing about pro wrestling. He gets mad sometimes. Me and Thomas start talking wrestling, and it's like, dude, it's not gonna be a wrestling podcast. Guess what? It's a combat sport podcast, and pro wrestling is technically a combat sport.
We're not talking about fixed ones, though, man.
Attaboy for using the proper nomenclature, but it's still a combat sport. God damn it!
Yeah,
we talked about this. We've had Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. on. We'll have him on again. Apparently, he wants to come back.
Yeah.
We'll have him on again. I respect the hell out of wrestlers. Okay. It's just not super entertaining to me. That's all.
See, I mean, we'll also get into like the UFI or was it it's something in Japan that was sort of like shoot fighting meets pro wrestling. I forget what it was called, but Minoru Suzuki was a part of that early on. But did you watch like MMA growing up? Because we all grew up in that certain time frame where that was the thing. Like, everybody loved the mid 2000s, 10s MMA more. Now, I mean, it's global now, but back then it was like a fervent atmosphere. Did you watch
Yeah.
that kind of stuff growing
So
up?
I did. I wasn't the biggest fan. I definitely kept up on it. I definitely watched a lot, but I was more into, like I said, more into the storytelling side of things in film. So that was
Yeah.
more of my deal. But I definitely kept up on it. I mean, to this day, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite UFC is still the first UFC, because it was literally like Mortal Kombat comes to life. Because you have everybody's like, okay, we have a a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, we have a kickboxer, we have a boxer, we have a Taekwondo guy, we have a sumo wrestler,
Savate,
right?
which was
Savate.
weird.
Yeah. So it's like, which art is the best? So it was just so weird. It was so like, this is just, and like there were no rules really, basically. Just don't kill the guy. So that to me was like, because I like the weird shit like that. That's, I today, like, mixed martial arts nowadays, for my taste, is too homogenized. Like, I get it. Like, it's still, like a lot of it's too similar, right? Not to say these guys aren't great fighters, all that, but I like the weird. Like, I want to see a fucking sumo wrestler go against a guy and just see what the hell happens, So that to me that's why I like film so much, because you get that weird shit, you get all like those weird characters. But I still love the UFC, appreciate the hell out of it, and I love that those mid 2000s when it was really getting gear, Tito Ortiz and things were popping up, like Chuck Liddell, like all that, still great shit, no doubt.
The my favorite, and we've talked about it, is Keith Hackney versus the sex offender Joe Song, and it was allegedly, but no, like, because you did get that, like, for every great wrestler versus jiu-jitsu match, you'd have some guy in Zubaz, which powerful on your powerful mention on your sizzle reel. We'll bring that up as well before, like, during this. But powerful Zubaz game. Like, I love the Zubaz. Being a pro wrestling fan, I had Zubaz as a kid. My dad gave me his hand-me-down Zubaz that were basically cloth at that point. Like, they were so washed that they were brittle. They were falling apart.
Yeah.
But I love Zubaz. But yeah, Keith Hackney and Zubaz just punching someone in the dick at UFC 3. Greatest moment in UFC history. Screw your Anderson Silvas and your Chris Weidman leg breaks. I want to see Keith Hackney all day, every day.
Anybody fighting in Zubaz is a winner for me.
Yes.
There's something we've been talking about on this show a bunch, because we're fight fans and we're movie fans. There's so many great boxing movies. I mean, boxing movies have won Oscars, right? Yeah. But every MMA movie is like hot garbage.
Dang.
Like hot, like not just okay. Well, Warrior is probably the best one.
I was gonna say Warrior is pretty good.
Warrior's the best one for sure, but it's still pretty shady. But
so you don't like Never Back Down?
That's what I'm talking about.
Or Here Comes the Boom.
So, I'm trying to ask you. I'm like, what are they doing wrong? Like, why are these? Is it anything to do with the stunts, or is it more just everything else? Like, why are these movies so cheesy?
Well, why does Warrior work?
Doesn't.
You don't like Warrior?
Listen, it's
an okay film. It's not the greatest MMA movie of all time, but
yes, it is.
What's the greatest MMA movie?
It is the best.
Well, this is, or it's not the worst combat sports movie of all, or the greatest combat sports movie of all time.
No, it's the best MMA movie. Yeah, but it's not great. Well, I think the reason it doesn't work is because some of the story is ridiculous. That's why I think it's
okay.
But you know what? The fighting in it, and I've talked about this before too with our dude Harrison Poole, who does film and stuff. The guy who directed that movie, I can't remember his name. He also did A Miracle, and he did in a couple other sports movies. And his thing in all of his movies, and I think as a cop out in sports movies, is super close-ups.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you just show close-ups, you're not really showing full action. I think it's a cop-out in sports movies. And he did the same thing in Warrior. And that's one of the reasons I think it's kind of shady. Because I think they could have done a better job with the filming of it.
Yeah, Gavin O'Connor's the director of that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, listen, anytime one of the main reasons that filmmakers will pull in real tight like that is so that you get in on it and you feel the emotion. But the problem is when you do that, you get lost in the fight because you can't see what the hell's going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to pull back enough so that you can see and appreciate, you know, the fighting, the techniques, and everything that's going down. But to kind of, you know, play around with this question a bit, the main thing is, does the story work and do the characters work? That's really what you have to consider. That's why movies like Never Back Down suck, because I don't even remember the characters because they're bland, they're vanilla. It's like I don't give a shit.
They're underestimating the audience for these movies too. I'm sorry, I didn't
very.
And that's why movies like Rocky, Creed, work so well. Creed is a tremendous movie.
Well, I mean, even going
better
to
band.
wrestling. Yeah. Going to wrestling, like the Paradise Alley with Sylvester Stallone, Terry Funk. The ending scene of Paradise Alley where everything's raining down on them and they're having like a 20s and 30s professional wrestling match was awesome to watch. But when you watch an MMA movie, you kind of get, I agree with Tim, you get taken out by the story more than the fighting. Like, and that's a big issue with MMA movies. It's just they think it's all wild and wacky when it's a legit thing.
In boxing movies, there's so much like romanticism of boxing in boxing movies. And I don't think anyone who respects MMA that much has been able to make an MMA movie. Because I feel like they underestimate the audience. Like they're all just idiots who just want to see ridiculous storylines and crazy fights. I'm like, listen, we want some of that, but for an MMA movie, like, I don't know, look how good Rocky. I mean, you can make a good MMA movie. It's not impossible. So the fact that Warrior's the best one and that's not even that great, it's disappointing. The Halle Berry one wasn't too bad either.
I've not seen that. Is that the new one, Bruised?
Bruised, yeah. And maybe there's only like one fight in it, but she does it with Valentina Shevchenko, which who can you get who's better to do that than Valentina Shevchenko? But it might be the second best one. It's also not great, but better than I thought it'd be.
I dig it.
But we're talking about movie fights. I said when we started this podcast, I was going to make a list of my favorite movie fights, and I still haven't done it. But I want to ask you yours, but I'll tell you mine quickly. Number 2 is They Live, Rowdy Piper and Keith David. And number 1, it's easy. It's without a doubt. The pommel horse scene from Gymkhana is without a doubt the greatest fight scene in the history of movies. And when you guys were talking about fake martial arts, I wanted to bring up Gymkhana, but I wanted to wait till the pommel horse scene, because that's the best. If anyone hasn't seen it, look it up. It's amazing.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, he just the main actor was it Kurt Thomas? Is that his name? I can't remember his name, but he actually passed away not that long ago.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that movie is amazing. If you've not seen Gymkhana, oh my god.
Tim showed me the pommel horse scene, and it's a work of art. Like,
it's amazing.
But I
so
will
realistic too, because like you never know. I mean, listen. You get attacked by 50 people at once. There's only one way to attack them. That's on a pommel horse, which luckily it happened to be there.
There you go.
I will not at all. But I will say, man, like when it comes to choreography, my favorite will always be They Live. And not because of it's great in the film, but it also got recreated in South Park for the cripple fight. And it's like we're scene for scene they did that remake. And I mean, I've heard the stories of that fight and it's brutal. Like the fact that they were going that hard with each other is amazing, and it speaks to how much of a professional Roddy was. I mean, I love Roddy Piper. I wish he was still alive, to be honest with you. I'd have him on this podcast. I would beg, borrow, and steal to have that man on the goddamn show. That would be so much fun. R.I.P. Roddy.
Yep. Pour it out.
When go ahead.
I was going to ask you, what are your favorite fight scenes in movies or TV?
Yeah, so I have so many that I enjoy. To me, like I said, it comes down to what story are they telling. I could look at it from like the intricacy of choreography and all that. To me, it's like what's the story and how does the choreography support that? One of I can give you a few examples. One that off the top of my head is from the first Ip Man. If you've not seen Ip Man with Donnie Yen,
Mhm.
right? Classic movie, beautiful kung fu film. He fights 10 karate guys for basically a bag of rice. You guys ever seen Ip Man? Ip Man?
I've never seen the
think so.
Hitman movie.
Ip
I wish
Man.
I could, to be honest. Is it on anything right now?
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
It's
Probably
probably on
Amazon.
UFC, probably in UFC Fight Pass. They have a couple hundred kung fu movies.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, man.
Yep.
There you go. But
Good shit.
when he fights, so essentially the story of the movie is this is just before World War II when Japan is taking over China, and they come in and they're like, "Hey, karate's better than kung fu, right?" So they start enslaving a bunch of the local Chinese, and they make them fight for food rations.
Mm-hmm.
So Ip Man, who was the Sifu, the instructor of Bruce Lee, right? So one of his friends gets shot and killed. And so he goes into, he's basically like, hey, I'm coming to get revenge for my friend. And they make him, like I said, they're making him fight over bags of rice for survival, for their entertainment. So the guy goes, okay, we'll give you one guy. And he goes, no, give me 10. So he gets in there and he beats the shit out of 10 karate guys, with just some of the most beautifully choreographed action you've ever seen. And Donnie Yen, if you're not familiar with Donnie Yen, he's one of the best to ever do it. In terms of fight choreography, in terms of action, an action actor, he's awesome. But yeah, that's a great one. I'll tell you, man, Bloodsport.
Yeah.
From the original Bloodsport, Chong Li versus Frank Dukes. He gets the powder thrown in his eyes. And,
Frank Dukes.
Like this, right? And kicks the shit out of Chong Li. As a kid, man, I cried when I watched it. Amazing shit.
Oh, Frank Dukes. Another guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched those videos? I forget. It's like pink something. Oh man, I can't remember the dude's like YouTube name, but he did Pink Man. I think it's Pink Man. Pink Man did these like videos on all these like bullshit martial artists.
Okay.
And Frank Dukes was like the last one, and he actually begged him to sue him. He was like, please tell me where I'm wrong. Like, but Pink Man's dope. I love Pink Man. If you ever get a chance, go check those videos out, dude, because he roasts. He doesn't just like say this is bullshit, but he'll like throw jokes in, and you're like, that's a fucking good joke right there. Like he'll call like the dude, the gray-haired dude. He called him like father from Happy Days, I think was one of the like things that he said. And I love Pink Man. It's so awesome.
Yeah, Frank Dukes is one of the biggest bullshit artists of all time, man.
Oh yeah. And it's, the interviews he did like years after Bloodsport came out are some of the best. Because again, you're a pro wrestling fan, so you can sniff out when something's fucking shit. And when something's like not real, you're like, okay, fuck off, dude. Like you're trying to put on some kind of act, and I'm not buying that.
100%.
Again, I love shitty. I love just bullshit artists and martial arts. I love it. I don't. Right. It's a subgenre of porn for me at this point.
I want to say there was an episode. I don't know. It might have been on Joe Rogan's podcast. I can't remember, but where this dude, he asked this other martial arts guy for a ride to like the woods, and he had this.
Yes.
Was that on Joe Rogan?
That was that dude fought in King of the Cage.
It
that
was
wasn't the guy that killed him or something. Killed a person.
No, he killed somebody.
Yeah?
That's the story. Tells about a guy that killed somebody. Yeah.
Well, he had a giant duffel bag.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, pick me up like in 3 days in the woods." And he comes back, picks it, and the guy's got trophies. And he goes,
yeah.
No duffel bag, just the trophy.
Just a trophy.
You're just hanging out in the woods for 3 days.
But think about that. Think about like to impress one guy. Like you're gonna go through that.
No, well, stay away from that person, man. That person's some kind of
stay
sociopath you do not want to associate with at all.
No.
But no, I know people like that are hilarious. And like, listen, I said it before. Amateur MMA in Ohio used to be a lot funnier. Some of the some people the couch guys kind of got weaned out because there's too many guys who are actually training, so they can't even A lot of times you get two couch guys and it's hilarious. But yeah, a lot of times I see so many guys talking so much shit and go in there and get touched once and be on their bicycle. See it all the time.
Did you ever go to any of Chris Harvey's fights?
No,
I wasn't at either one of them, but I have seen them both. And the one guy he actually, the both guys he fought were actually tough guys. One of the guys still fighting, and he trains down here with my buddies at Route 250 down here. But no, I haven't. I saw the videos, but I wasn't there.
It's the best. It's the best, man.
But I did one in 2013.
I remember you telling me, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't win. That was 100 pounds ago, but
I just remember Chris Harvey asking me. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "I'm getting ready to do a fight." He goes, "You're into martial arts." He's like, "What do you guys do there? What do you teach?" And I mentioned, "Oh yeah, about a little bit of this, maybe Brazilian jiu-jitsu." He goes, "What's that?" And I told him about it, and he goes, "Oh, I may need that." I'm like, "Okay,
I may need that."
He never showed up, but yeah.
Oh, Chris,
he had two. I only had one fight. He had two fights, but my one fight lasted longer than his two fights combined by like a lot. I think both of his fights were inside of a minute.
And how did your fight end, Tim?
I got TKO'd in the second round. I ran out of steam. That's what it was.
Yeah, gotcha.
When we listen, we promised the viewers when we get to 100 subscribers, we'll watch it on here because I've never seen it. I've actually never seen the video.
Yeah,
the
we'll do commentary over it.
Years. Yeah.
I want to do commentary.
I know someone who has it, so we'll watch it, but I haven't seen it ever.
Matt, I've done commentary for pro wrestling. I've done ring announcing for professional wrestling. Nothing in my commentary life would ever live up to more than doing commentary over Tim Danko's MMA fight. I'm gonna roast the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun.
Really, go ahead, guy who's too afraid to fight. Go ahead, roast.
I'm not too afraid to fight.
Really, how many fights have you had?
0, but I don't go to class as often as I should.
That's it, dude. I took my fight on 2 weeks' notice, like a man.
I don't want to do that.
No, you know what? That means you'll never fight because you're gonna be thinking about it forever.
No,
you're gonna keep backing out of it. Yeah.
Nope. I would never back out of a challenge, sir.
If you fight before you're 35, which is the cutoff in Ohio,
yeah,
then I would be very surprised. I do not think you're gonna do it. I want you I want you to prove me wrong because I really want to see it, but I think there's no shot you do it.
Okay. All right. Now I have a challenge.
This is a win-win for me because either I'm right or I get to see a fight.
Why don't you two fight each other? There you go.
I've been thinking that, but I didn't want to say anything.
We have talked about this
I'm still out of
for
shape.
years,
I
man.
can't fight anybody right now.
I am so down. Right, I will meet him at a weight. I don't care if I have to gain weight to fucking fight Tim, but it would mostly be like it would be a rolling match in the cage. Pretty much. Somebody would take someone down.
And listen, you could chronicle the shit out of this, just like just like they did at for the Iron Man match in WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, right?
It'd
be beautiful.
It's just Tim laying in his bed eating Cheetos, me like playing my Switch. That's our training.
How else do you train? I don't know.
Oh, that would be so awesome. That would be so dope.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be terrible. Listen, I don't need to get hit in the head again.
We would have a gentleman's agreement, really. No, like jabs only and like maybe body shots. Like that's
I don't need to get hit in the head by anybody. Like if I hit my head on a car door, I think about the long-term repercussions. Like
again, jabs only. You set it up and then go body for hard. Hard shots only in the body, and then takedowns.
If either of us touch the other one's liver, we'll die, Ray.
Probably. That'd be fun. I want to be the first MMA death of like a true amateur, where it's like the worst fight ever. How bad would it be if you got MMA fight, bro?
Killed in the cage. You got killed in the cage by me.
Yes.
His liver exploded.
He never Tim ever since that, and then like the story happens like 10 years later. Ever since then, Tim Danko has not left his basement. And like so many people in New Philadelphia will be, I was about to say, so nothing changes. Uh,
So, do we have anything else? Thomas, do you have anything for Matt?
So Donnie Yen, I'm glad you mentioned him. He's been known to have the fastest hands in martial arts. Do you agree with that, or do you think somebody has faster hands than Mr. Yen?
Um, on film, it's hard to beat. I mean, if you watch any of the Ip Man movies with Wing Chun, I mean, amazing. I mean, he insanely fast. To be honest with you, the fastest hands I've ever seen in real life. You guys familiar with Sean Porter?
Probably someone. named
Everybody,
Boxer.
all of you have that look.
Everyone's like, who?
That's a
The
common enough
boxer?
name. I'm like, I feel like I know a Sean Porter. I don't know if this is one you're talking
Sean
about.
Porter. I've heard of Sean Porter, like a boxer named Sean Porter.
Yeah, Sean
Yeah.
Porter. Yeah, boxer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to middle school and high school with him.
Nice.
And
yeah, he is isn't he from Ohio?
Yeah, he's originally from
I just said he went to high school with
from
him.
Cleveland. I went to Cuyahoga Falls High School with him. But
Mm.
anyways, the fastest hands I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the guy it was insane how quick his hands were. I mean, Sean Porter been training in boxing since he could walk. So his hands were unbelievable. So I don't know. I don't know if I answered your question, but like
No.
Donnie Yen, man, he is quick. He is really fast, but the fastest I've ever seen in person.
With
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Tim kind of brought it up, and I was going to ask you this question. Like, have you ever watched a movie fight scene and you're just like, ugh, like, because you can tell something didn't land or the angle wasn't there and broke that? What movie disheartened you the most on a fight scene where you're like, this could have, dude,
what's funny is like this kind of shit happens like all too often. And you're talking about movies that have, like, I'm not talking about like indie shit. I'm talking like multi-million-dollar budgeted movies.
Oh yeah.
Where like some dude who's editing it was like, we'll let it, like, how do you let that slide? How do you let some of this shit go? I've seen this is what we call, crossing the line. So if somebody's throwing a punch, that punch has to cross the camera line. So it looks like they get hit. Well, that happens. I still see it. I can't off the top of my head. I don't know I can't reference any off the top of my head, but I've literally seen in Hollywood movies kicks that didn't cross the line. It's like, there's this much space between. There's one, and granted, it was a Bollywood movie. Okay. So there's a movie where this dude, beautiful, like jumping, spinning, like hook kick, like this, it just arcs across the screen like that. Well, it misses the dude's head by like 3 feet. Didn't even come close. And then the guy does like this. He goes, oh, and like does a big Hong Kong twist spin out of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my God, how the hell did that stay in?
How disheartening would it be if you talked about how long you've worked on the things you've done, but I mean, as a stuntman, you work so hard to choreograph something and get something right, and then the editor fucks it up somehow. You see the finished product, and you're like, you're kidding me.
It happens more often than you think.
I'm sure it does.
I've had a lot of, the fight scenes I've designed and acted in, and you hand them off to somebody and they have no idea. They're not a martial artist. They don't get it. And they just chop it up into bits. And you're like, what the hell was that? You designed this badass fight. And you're like, that fucking sucked. Yeah. That's why Jackie Chan, when he's designing his fights, when he has his movies, man, he's editing those fights because that's his name on there. Yeah. He's going to make sure these fights are looking bitchin'. Yeah. So he gets in the editing bay and he's editing them. He's cutting them together to make it look good. You think because if it's in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, it won't work.
Yeah. No, you think at least they'd be in the room, or someone would be in the room with the director, and when that's happening for those. I mean, it's you say the same thing with sports. If you had I don't know, any kind of sport movie, and you had a editor that didn't know what he was looking at.
I'll never forget. And again, you're a wrestling fan, you'll get this. The most disheartening moment in wrestling I've ever seen. Excuse me, I'm burping because I'm drinking beer. But it was Royal Rumble 99 or 2000 when Matt and Jeff Hardy were in the ring, and Matt, I think it was Jeff actually, Or no, it was Matt that did this. Matt was like this far away on a drop kick, and it didn't even like make contact, but yet Jeff like threw himself through the middle rope, and you're just like, it fucking didn't even touch you.
Yeah.
Like, what the? Why are you selling that, you asshole?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Thomas knows what I'm talking about. That fucking drop kick. Oh, every time I watch that Royal Rumble, I'm just like, no, I want to fast forward through that part.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and just look at any of those Botchamanias, man, the
That's
best.
so fun. I think Tim needs to watch a Botchamania. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever. Have you ever
No,
watched
that-
Botchamania before?
No, that sounds like something I'd enjoy though.
It's so much fun.
No, but I mean, this is what you're talking about before. You were saying the difference between what you do and like stage stuff because it's live. It's like wrestling, right? There's a whole different set of issues, right? If something's live, right?
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's why if you look at pro wrestling is very similar, to fight choreography.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is pro wrestling is they are doing it live and in front of an arena
One take.
of people. Whereas they have one take. Whereas film fighting, we can go, all right, cut. I didn't like that. Let's back it up. Let's do that one again, right? We can do it over unless it's like a one take, which is a whole nother thing. But yeah, so mad respect. And I was a pro wrestler for a year. Mad respect to pro wrestlers. These guys don't get enough props, man, because they are
Absolutely.
not only do they have to be great athletes, they got to be decent actors and storytellers, but they have to be great performers because they have one take. That's it. And they have to sell their reaction to the person in the front row and then the 50th row and make it believable.
And that's the thing with like what I love. I love live botches. Like I was at a show and there was this dude named KTB or KTB or something like that. He does like a back springboard moonsault from the second row backwards, trying to take out two guys, misses completely. And to watch that botch live, all you can do is laugh about it because you're just like, you fucked up. And then he wound up being the monster that he usually is. But I love live botches. They're so much fun. Do you? You've done independent movies and everything. When you watch like a YouTube video, do you ever want to like do critiques on those? Have you ever thought about something like that, where you critique like somebody doing like film or choreography?
You want to talk shit about people online is what Ray's asking.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it could happen. You never know.
I mean, I usually let my artistry and my performance do the shit talking. I'm usually not much of a shit talker in terms of that. Because listen,
Ray doesn't understand that.
Yeah, no, I'm the Conor McGregor on this. I'm the Conor McGregor on this show. I shit talk a lot.
Well, we need guys like you to balance it out,
Yes, I always thought I'd be a good pro wrestling manager because I'd be the chicken shit that couldn't back it up but loves to talk. Like that.
There you go. And then all you got to do is every now and again, Ray, just take a couple bumps and then you're good.
And the funny thing is, I watched yesterday Dan Lambert in AEW when he at Full Gear when he was with like Andre Arlovsky, JDS, and and watching him for a dude that like never really did any MMA stuff or pro wrestling stuff beforehand, the greatest chicken shit manager of the era. How is that possible?
Entertaining, very entertaining.
Oh, Dan Lambert, American Top Team. I would get ATA top like tattooed on me with Dan Lambert's signature if I could. Like I love that man. Dan Lambert is the shit.
He played the perfect shit weasel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the best kind of guy.
Talking about him a lot this week because he was two of his guys are fighting this weekend.
Yeah.
One more thing, and then we can let you go. Just what you talked about. You had the gym, right? You're doing some movies. Like, what do you have anything going on currently, or like what's next down the road? Do you have anything planned?
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple projects in the works. We just finished a short film called The Sofa. Originally, it was going to be called The Couch, and then people were like, "Casting couch." I'm like, all right, maybe not.
Fred Harvey Weinstein.
I can send you guys the link to the trailer for that.
Yeah,
that's a short film that was my brainchild. Essentially, it's about a guy who wakes up on a couch in the middle of a field, and he gets a phone call, and his fiance has been kidnapped, and he has to stay on the couch and fight a bunch of clowns, ninjas, Care Bears, men in suits, all kinds of weird
Oh, I'm
shit.
in. Care Bears.
Yeah.
Care Bears?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
on that. When
Is there
that
a
movie
pommel
comes out,
horse?
I'm watching.
Is there a pommel horse?
So I will let you know. I can let you know when that drops. We're gonna do a DVD release, and then we're gonna have actually a watch party, a full release in the Akron area for that.
Okay.
And then I got a couple other projects that I'm working on this year. Nothing I can speak of right now. One is the only thing I can say is I'm fulfilling a childhood dream of playing a ninja. And
Nice.
it's gonna be gratuitous, and think like if you've ever seen The Toxic Avenger, and
Yes.
if you've ever seen Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, just think that kind of deal.
You're
Yeah.
gonna fight
But a
Hulk Hogan
ninja,
at an
so.
amusement park? No? All right.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna
So, yeah,
hang
that's
somebody.
it.
You're gonna hang somebody off of a ledge, saying, "I promise to kill you last."
Yeah.
Actually,
Don't
I
watch out
got
for my
two more
friend, he's dead
questions.
tired.
I got two more questions for
Oh,
Matt.
Reyes,
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
us that question.
What is a dream project for you that you would love to do besides the ninja thing? What's the ultimate thing that would be your dream project to do?
To be honest with you, ever since one of my biggest inspirations is Scott Adkins. If you've ever heard of Scott Adkins, awesome guy. He's done a lot of terrific action movies. I'd love to just work with him. But to be honest with you, to have like my own starring role in some sort of big project would be just a dream. What I don't even give a shit what it is. It could even be as long as we get to have fun with it, and I get to act like I know how to fight and tell a good story. That's really it. And I have a couple scripts I've written that are like an homage to what some of my favorite shit, the late 80s, early 90s action movies, cheesy, over the top, but with some good fights. That would be like, to do something in that realm would be awesome.
Let's make a good MMA movie, man. Listen, I've been wanting to do that forever. And I have some scripts on my phone too, but not MMA ones. But I'm saying I've written some stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
If I start one out, I'll send it to you.
My second question is, will you truly pop when Cody Rhodes takes on Roman Reigns in the second night at WrestleMania?
Yeah. That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
God.
That could be interesting, right? I don't know. I'm not the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, but I don't know if you guys know this. Tim might know this. I've actually been to.
I knew this.
I've lost count, but I think 8 WrestleManias.
Which one?
I told you he's been to a bunch of. I didn't know it was 8.
Did you go with? Have you been with Clem?
Yeah. So,
okay.
So that's how I know Tim is. Chris CJ Clem is one of my best friends.
The Jizz Warrior, the ultimate Jizz Warrior.
So we've gone to. I could be. I'm a year or two. I might be a year or two off, but I want to say 7 or 8 WrestleManias. The first one I ever went to was 2010 Atlanta, Georgia, main event: John Cena versus The Miz.
My friends went to that one. I ordered on pay-per-view. Yeah.
And then I went to every one after that, except for the one in Miami, because I couldn't afford to go that year. But I went to every one after that up until COVID. So the last one I went to was when it was in New York, when it was Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch and all that. And,
that's awesome.
That's
awesome. Ronda live.
Yeah. I was drunk off my ass though, because I don't really remember too much about that. But hey,
it's a wrestling show. I'd be disappointed if you said you weren't drunk.
Right.
I'm never drunk at wrestling shows.
I absolutely am. That's how you do a pro wrestling show.
That's how you do pro sporting events, right? I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless I'm taking my niece or something, I'm usually get hammered. Anyway, one thing I want to say quick about when I said about the MMA movie. Think about this for independent movies. This is smart. Listen, you said it in 2020, right? When they had fights without crowds, so you don't have to get all these extras. Right? You only need like a handful of people, and it makes sense because it's set in 2020. You just have like a handful of people in masks. It makes sense. Genius. Look at that. Genius.
Boom.
But it makes sense.
All right, write it. Let's go ahead and write it.
All right, write it again. How do you write a fight scene? Just like fight scene here. All right.
That's for another time. The whole breakdown and designing a fight scene. I could go on for days about that.
Just storyboarding the shit out of it.
When I come back again to Bro Plata, I will. I'll divulge my secrets.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We love it. Can you wear a mask like the masked magician who revealed everything? Because I think that would be perfect. And then you take it off, and you're just an Asian man for some reason. Like,
what was that? Wrestling secret.
It was that guy. I didn't think he was Asian. I thought he was possibly like some just dopey white dude that failed at like Las Vegas comedy or Las Vegas magic. Who knew?
Well,
you never know.
They did the same thing with Wrestling Secrets Revealed. Remember that?
Yeah,
oh my God! And so many of them were great wrestlers.
Yeah,
Gary Wolf on there. Thank God. Harley Race was in the shadows for that whole thing. I felt bad for him, although it did have Norbert from the Angry Beavers as the what do you call it, the commentator guy or the narrator of the whole thing. I love that dude, but that to me, that's one of the greatest VHSs I could ever own in my life is Wrestling Secrets Revealed. It's so cheesy. So cheesy. Oh,
well, when we get to Angry Beavers references, I think the interview's gone off the rails. So, Matt, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Matt.
It's been a lot of fun, man. This has been great. Yeah, come back whenever you want.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks
great.
for having me on.
Thanks, man. Matt Kane, everybody.
Real quick before he goes, plug all of your socials, all your YouTubes, all the stuff.
Right on. Yeah. So you can find my personal account on I'm most active on Instagram. I'm egotistical. The Matt Kane. That's Kane. That's Kane. You can also check out Paragon Martial Arts and Fitness. You can check us out, ParagonMAF.com. And then last but not least, my stunt team, the Kane Action Team. You can check us out on Instagram, our YouTube channel, Kane Action Team. That's it.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you, and we'll have you back on for sure.
All right.
We might do, to be honest with you, I have an idea for a Patreon episode or some kind of paid.
No one's going to give us any money for anything, Ray.
Okay, so an OnlyFans episode. Whatever, Tim.
Oh, my God.
Well, can't wear pants. Yeah, no OnlyFans. Fine.
Can't wear pants. But, Matt, thank you very much, my friend.
Right.
We'll have you back on soon. Matt Kane, everybody. Yay, Matt Kane.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Oop. Here it goes. That was good. That worked out well.
Interview. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't believe somebody else knew who WMAC Masters was.
I think Pulse in the chat
did
too.
Well, he knows how to defend it, Michael. So at least we have that. But no, that was a cool interview. Like that was a fun interview. Definitely was. I enjoyed it.
Look, we got some spam in here.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, no.
Did you Google it just to see if it was real?
Yeah, I did. I actually did. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, the State of the Union is happening right now, right? Is it still happening?
Yeah.
Is it over?
Yeah.
The NBA holes. That is, I love the fact that there is a parody MMA holes.
Well, who knows? Who knows? They're going to be first. Who's first? Listen, basketball has been around several years. I think several years. Basketball has been a sport.
And by the way, Thomas, I want to call you out on something. I may have gotten there too late. I don't know. I didn't see that many hoes at the NBA crossover event. Like,
no, they were there. I've heard stories. They were there. It was bad.
They were all at Thomas'
probably like
house.
Saturday.
No, they wasn't at my house. If they hadn't been at my house, but they were there. The one story my friend told me was he went to a certain bar location in the warehouse district. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't know who or what, and they may be watching. He went there with his girlfriend and left with 3 other girls.
Nice.
The 3 other girls, no, this story has a turn. The 3 other girls went to his house. When he woke up, there was only 2 girls there.
They ate the other one?
Girl tried to steal his car and passed out in his apartment garageway with the keys in hand.
Oh, in hand.
The hoochies were out.
Nice.
They were trying to get their get-go. So
Nice.
yeah.
Are you gonna say the Andrew was running and she had "I Remember You" by Motley Crue on repeat?
Home sweet home.
Well, there you go. Listen, I think our goal was 20 new interviews, and we have 2 in this March 1st. So
You know what? I'm
we're
fine with that.
We're not in a great pace, but we can pick it up.
We can. And then I haven't messaged the smiling one back, but I will.
Oh yeah.
I think what we're gonna do is a special episode on a day where he's not teaching class. I don't know if that's every day. If it is, then we'll work it out. But we're trying to get Smiling Sam Alvey on the show. And
That is not a normal night.
No, trust me. He would send me photos if that was the case, and they would be much appreciated. I would save them in a very, very private folder, just called Thomas's Hose. That would be where I would put that at all.
You wouldn't even disguise it.
No,
like
but that's why it's a secret place. I would make it a Google Drive photo or folder if I had to, just so I could put the entire amount in there. That would be fun.
Okay. Good. Can we talk about this intro you made? The music sucks. Get better music.
Oh, you don't like the chill getting ready for the show kind of thing?
No, it's just the trap beat I don't like. Whatever beat that. I don't like that. Listen,
was
you want
that
something
on the
chill?
clock or was it on the beginning where like
both?
Our...
Listen, I'll get you some nice. You want something chill? I know a fingerstyle guitarist. He has a lot of albums, so let us use his stuff.
Fingerstyle.
Yes.
He can play his ass off. Actually, I think about having him on one day to play us a song.
He leaves the women so happy with his fingerstyle.
I could hook him up with some maneuver.
Wah, wah, wah. Anyway,
no, just the disappointment on your face was the best part. Like,
the man has a couple albums, so he's a great dude. He'll let us use one of his songs.
Is it Escoban?
No, his name's.
The guy that used to sell guitars back in the day.
His name's Adam Blacks. He was at the show when we did it at Factory Street because he works there. But
okay,
he's the best guitar player I know. He's amazing, and yeah, he would let us use his stuff because he's the man. Anyway. And I think that would work for the intro. Anyway, but if you love it, if you love what you have, then I won't fight you on it. And that's what I said. I'm like, do you love this? Because if you love this, I'm not going to fight you on it. But if you don't, I think we can change things. It's usually how our discussions go with stuff. What?
No, nothing. Never mind. Sorry, I sent the link to somebody. Well, I know I sent the show link because somebody asked me what I was up to, and I just sent them the show link for the views. So by the way, we're at a good amount of likes. Definitely one of our highest right now. Have we broken double digits? I don't think we've broken double digits ever. We've broke double digits, yes.
Oh,
low double digits, but double digits nonetheless.
That's big for us.
Very, which means people are liking what we do.
We're doing that on live streams. Oh, good. The internet's telling me one person's watching. That's good. sorry that we ran everybody else out of the building, but we love you guys.
Well, I mean, we have a good interview people can watch with Matt Cain. We'll clip that as well. Put that up.
I was thinking, Thomas. What? I'm sorry, I'm on the MMA holes. I'm trying to. Why are we on the live? Is it not working?
Are we not on?
You know what? I think I checked yesterday and it wasn't working they weren't even on theirs yet. So yeah, that's not helping. It's just an issue.
Well, I went right to their YouTube yesterday and watched a little bit of them talking. So
I was saying, if you don't have anything to say, Thomas, when we're doing interviews, you can be off the screen.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
But I was waiting for opportunity.
Yeah, you can do that. And if you have a question, you just pop on and ask it. That's easy.
Yeah.
Because then we'll know we have a question because you popped on. So
and we love your face. We want you to know that.
Yeah,
I don't love my face. What are you talking about?
No, well, that's why you're in radio.
We're like, if you don't have anything, just the boxes, the bigger box for the other. I was trying to figure out a way to say it without sounding like I'm giving you shit, which I'm not at all.
No, I understand.
Okay, all right, cool. Or you can stay on. I don't care. But I'm just saying, if you don't want to, if you just feel like you're just sitting there and people watching you just sit there, then. So this weekend,
Yes.
fights. Oh shoot, hold on. What's a couple fights from this last weekend I want to talk about? Let me see.
Yeah, I want to actually, let me bring up the fight card from last weekend, because
Tony Ferguson says he was offered the RDA rematch.
I could see it.
Didn't that Islam City do it? But Moncayo, though, that's going to be fun because Moncayo has been crushing people.
Moicano, yeah, Moicano is a really good fighter. What I really wanted to talk about, just from a pure jiu-jitsu, and this is on the prelims, was the Nunes Pascal, or not the Nunes Pascal fight. Where did it go? Why can't I find this fight that went that, or no? Oh God. I'm losing my mind here, guys. Oh, I'm also
Brahma?
really sad, Tim.
Okay.
And we talked about this via
That's
chat
new. That's new for you.
earlier, but I'm disappointed in a fighter for the first time in my life. Really, two of them, to be honest with you.
Two of them. Yeah.
Yes, Petrosian and Sarukian.
Sarukian's a monster.
Sarukian's a fucking animal.
He's calling out Gillespie. I love that matchup. There's two wrestlers. I want to see that so
Gregor
bad.
Gillespie. Fuck yeah, baby.
I want to see that matchup.
But none of them, Arman Sarukian or Arman Petrosian, you couldn't be a bro. You couldn't be cool. You couldn't give the world what they want, which is your name and then Hammer after it. Armin Hammer. Fuck
Number
you.
one, that's a good
How
nickname
dare
anyway.
you?
Your first name's Armin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they understand the reference. I don't
I hope they're from Russia, so they don't really clean much.
One of them's
so
you know what? Give Russia all the shit you want. Well,
I was about to say I'm gonna give Russia as much shit as I possibly can.
I mean, really,
being an invasion force right now. Pieces of garbage.
There's only one guy in the world that thinks that's a good thing. Good idea. One guy.
Yeah, and his name rhymes with Putin on the Ritz. I get it. I understand. Hanato Moicano always makes me start singing Hakuna.
Hanato Moicano.
What a wonderful guy. Yeah.
Bruno Moicano. Get in there with him and you'll die. Listen, I had it great and you fucked it up.
I threw my own in there because I thought it was better.
It sucked.
Throws his kicks real high. That's a great rhyme.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but you should have let me go first. And you should listen. We talked about StreamYard. When we talk at the same time, everything clashes and you can't hear anybody. So you should have let me go first, then put yours in, and then I would have admitted defeat. It's fine.
You're sexy.
I know I am.
Thomas's face. It's like I haven't heard that since the work farm.
Oh my gosh.
We
a matter of time.
Yeah, we hit that spot.
Hey,
you
said you went to a prison work like thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a work farm. That's what they used to call that shit.
It was not a work farm. It was a pre-release center.
All right, whatever.
You and I knew what you were talking about. Everybody else is just like, what the fuck's wrong with Ray today? And thank you for not embarrassing me until after Matt left. Thank you.
This is true. Yeah, I kept it very clean until right now. But again, I was throwing fact out there. It's not like I meant it to be in some kind of weird way. Unlike Tim, who just wants to put Thomas out in the guest house. You son of a bitch. Even I thought when you did that last week, you're like,
late night on Saturdays. What?
Yes, I did. Not federal, but state. Yes, I did.
Oh, in a federal amusement park. That's awesome.
Technically, no, wait a minute. Technically, I did because Euclid It actually
Yeah.
houses federal prisoners.
Yeah, Euclid does have a federal. So does Paynesville, I think.
Yeah.
So,
You know what this country
Painesville
needs?
brings back
More
bad memories.
prisons.
Tim, Painesville brings back bad memories. I'm gonna tell you why, Tim.
Okay.
That's where I was during the '97 World Series.
Oof. I was asleep during Game 7 of the 97 World Series because I was a child and I wasn't allowed to stay up.
oh, I watched the whole game. Yeah, my dad was a big baseball fan, and we watched it until all the games were over. Yeah,
So I didn't really experience that feeling until 2016. Last two World Series in a row that they went to in extra innings in Game 7.
Yeah.
Like listen, if you want to know what being a Cleveland sports fan is like, that's one good example.
Yeah.
And the best part
We don't
is,
just lose, we get our hearts ripped out of our chest.
I was about to say, for the '97 World Series, David Justice was under contract with the Indians at the time, right? I thought he was 90. He was part of the '97 World Series team, right? Pretty sure David Justice.
Oh no, yeah. No, I think so, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
Hanging at Arm and Hammers in Painesville, just to find out some
What?
some shitty weed.
Ray, you can't read. Like
Not when I'm alcohol soaked. No.
Oh man. Painesville brings back bad memories. That's why I try to run through it as much as possible. Oh, we got to go somewhere? Oh, okay, we're going through. I'm not going nowhere near. And now they're talking.
I thought Painesville was nice.
Painesville's jail is not nice.
Yeah, Painesville is like jail's not good, and there's a lot of neighborhoods in Painesville that
County
are
jail's
not good.
County jail's about a mile from my house. It's right here.
And these evil fuckers. No.
Every once in a while, you'll see people walking from there. Just you can, I'm like, oh, it looks like they probably because they just have like a bag of stuff.
Yeah,
and they're just walking down the road. I'm like, well, no one picked them up from county.
Let me tell you something, though. This is the thing. The state is supposed to give you a ride. Whatever county you're in, when they release you, they're supposed to give you a ride to the closest home county. These motherfuckers in Lake County made me walk from Painesville all the way back to Cleveland and didn't give me shit. I started at 1 o'clock. I didn't get home till like 8 o'clock that night.
Sheesh. Isn't you blame the sheriffs for that, right? They run that shit, right? They run the county, they run the counties. You know, I don't think it's Ohio, but there's some states that's if this is like the most evil thing ever. Like if the food budget comes under, the sheriff is legally allowed to pocket the extra.
Yeah.
So those states are eating like cardboard.
Yeah. You know how much money they make
it's
off
so
of,
evil.
They make
the food is so garbage because the sheriff's driving a Camaro.
Every time a prisoner gets a number or gets a conviction in Ohio, they make $25,000 a head. And I think those are old numbers. So like they make like 25 grand every time you go through the system.
It's a whole other thing we could talk about forever. I mean, I watch a lot of true crime documentaries, okay? A lot of them are, and there's a couple different ones where just run about trying to catch people. And there's also ones about people who were put in jail for something they didn't do. And those are the ones that hurt you because you think it could be you. Like, I think about it all the time. I'm like, look, if someone killed someone and someone had a description and it was just a fat guy with like disheveled long hair, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably call them. I'm like, listen, I wouldn't have a good alibi. It would just be like me being at home watching television. It wouldn't even be a good alibi, which would be true because I'm not going to kill anyone. But I would just be great. Now I'm fucked because I watch all this true crime. I'm like, now I'm fucked, and I hope that I just don't have corrupt people in our area.
And they put that out there so people get paranoid because most of those stories,
they're good. However,
it's sad.
However, I do enjoy the true crime documentaries.
Oh no, they're awesome.
A lot. Like Making a Murderer, that poor guy, the kid especially.
Now, I need to watch that because somebody told me that was awesome. They said,
"Oh yeah, there's 2 seasons now." I mean, it would piss you off, but I
kind of like TV that pisses me off. I can't. I do.
I mean, they railroaded the guy, especially the kid, the younger kid. Like they coerced him into like the world's worst false confession. It's awful, and it's so obvious. And the fact that they never got it thrown out, and I think they've tried to get it at the Supreme Court, and they still haven't. That kid's going to be in jail for probably the rest of his life for something he didn't do.
No,
And
John.
because it took advantage of a kid that it's fucked up. Anyway, watch it. Though. It's a good documentary.
No, John 209 here in Cuyahoga County, they release you at 8:00. 8:00 at night, they release you. They might give you a bus ticket or something to like get home. But if you're out of county, they release you at 8:00 and expect you to make it out of the county before midnight.
Well, I can't call you an Uber.
No, as much money as they got. Now they're talking about building. I know Lake County's new prison is going to cost $20 million, and Cuyahoga County is going to build one. They're talking about that's going to be like $45 million. So, and the joke about Cleveland is no other city has their law enforcement as part of their skyline. Cleveland does.
Oh man, yeah.
It's sad. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And listen, I'm not saying all judges are corrupt, but if you think that there's no judges that are taking, some envelopes for some people for putting people in those places, I'm not saying that. Listen, no one's specific, but there's a documentary called, I think, Kids for Cash or Cash for Kids, about a guy in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, which is where my family's from. I believe my cousin went in front of him, and he did a decent amount of time in juvie for like an underage.
Mm-hmm. There are some judges, like there was a judge in Lake County. I liked him because he would give you, say you got caught shoplifting.
Mm-hmm.
He would just make you wear a sign outside for 8 hours that says, "I'm a shoplifter, I'm a thief." The judges that come up with creative stuff. It was creative, but I bet you those people
that seems, in the Constitution, it seems unusual punishment. That seems unusual, but it's better than other stuff, right? It's better than
it would be unusual, but at least they ain't in jail. And then, like my judge knew I wasn't a jail type because he gave me 3 opportunities before he finally said, "You know what? Go, bye. I can't do anything with you." And there are those judges, but they're few and far in between. You have more judges that take it personal and want to do something like you take Penny and they want to send you away.
Like you took it from
Mike say, yeah, he remembers the judge in Lake County. He had somebody paint something one time. I can't remember what it was, but he had them painting and stuff like that. It will be creative alternatives to sending people to jail for minute stuff. Because really, what are you going to get from sending somebody to jail for something so minute? And something like the whole drug abuse thing, that you send them in and then you really don't do what you're supposed to do, but that's another subject. But you're ready to send them in, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Right. Well, especially this guy in Pennsylvania that was doing this to kids. Like kids would go in for months because like their parents called the police because they didn't know what else to do, and the next thing you know, instead of some sort of warding or something or just scaring the kid, they put him in juvie for months, and the parents are like, "This is not what we wanted."
Right.
Like when my brother got an underage, they made him go to juvie for 1 day, which I thought was smart. And he's like, "I don't want to go back." So,
and that's how you do it. You don't have to send them, just send them and send kids away. Now, if they violent offenders, hell yeah, lock their ass up.
Right.
But if they shoplifting or they curfew or they got a mouth, I had a mouth. My mother took me down to juvie a whole bunch. Now, what was unfortunate was they didn't want to do anything with the kids with the mouths. They wanted to, sit them to the side. But in all actuality, they should have did something because there's ways to handle it. It's it doesn't have to be the way it is.
Ray, you ever get arrested?
No, ironically.
How was that possible?
I was, believe it or not, like the person you see now, Pennsylvania is famous for railroading children and private prison bullshit. Fuck Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I like Pennsylvania, but I do agree with that statement on the politics.
Luzerne County is what that guy was from when they made the documentary about kids. And my cousin went in front of that judge. I believe that's true at least. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was
here to ask him. That's his brother we're talking about, but
I know this is hard to believe, But I was actually a really, really good kid until 20. And then it just fucking dive bombed after that. Like I never did drugs. I smoked weed, but whatever.
I still,
But
in 14 years, I can't believe you haven't been arrested then. Or
never been
12
arrested.
Years. 12 years.
Never been arrested. I've gotten like speeding tickets and like assured clear distance, but I've never been in handcuffs a day in my life where it wasn't consensual.
Womp.
I
Good
mean,
joke,
it's
Red.
not overrated if you find the right jails that feed you the right food. Like South Euclid has their own personal restaurant that they go to. Italian
Nice.
restaurant, makes wonderful food. Shaker Heights, if they can't get Bob Evans, they give you a nice little thing. Mayfield Heights has good food.
Mayfield Heights, real quick. And shout out to Mayfield Heights. Really nice, like police station and everything like that. Really nice. I've never been in there where I wasn't allowed to be in a capacity. But like that, and also Mayfield Heights or Mayfield Village, same thing. Those two really nice facilities.
Bedford had good food.
Thomas is our resident gangsta on call. Like, I guarantee you, if I was to be like, Thomas, I got a problem, he could be like, I possibly could help you. Possibly. Not saying fully, but he can look around possibly for me.
The shittiest food was Cuyahoga County.
I would imagine.
Cuyahoga County, East Cleveland, Strongsville, and who else? Painesville and Euclid, because they had in-house commissaries. But other than that, I can tell you where the good jails, where you want to get arrested, so you have a good meal in the morning at least. You know,
if you're hungry, this is where you get arrested.
Go to Highland Heights. I'm telling you,
I believe that. Now, see, I know somebody that works for Highland Heights. I've never been there, but I believe that.
It amazes me. I've never been arrested ever. Like, I've had cops called to my house because I'm in like some kind of blind fit of rage and yelling, and the neighbors are scared. But I've never been in the back of a cop car unless it was a school trip. Let's just put it that way. You know how they let you get in the back or whatever of like a cop car when you're like a little kid and shit? That's the last time I was ever in the back of a cop car willingly.
It depends on the cop. It can't be fun. Like when Menor picked me up,
Menor,
and they purposely took me by the mall. And it's like, hey, you might be familiar with that place. I was like, yeah, I wrote a whole lot of checks to that bitch.
That FYE is all yours now. It's literally for Thomas's entertainment.
Ray, you got razor blades in that hat?
No. Although I have a lot of acrylic pins, so it would kind of sting if I hit somebody with it. It wouldn't hurt, but it would sting.
So I just read this piece of news. Vladimir Putin's black belt revoked by International Taekwondo Federation. Take that, damn it.
Yeah. How about, man, the
judo women, black belts. Take that next.
The women and men that are combat sports athletes that live in the Ukraine right now and are taking up arms.
Which is everyone, period.
But I'm just saying, it's really admirable. Like Lomachenko, he's fighting to protect Kyiv.
Klitschko.
I was about to say the Klitschko brothers, not even just Vitaly. And Vitaly, I think, is like a mayor in the Ukraine.
Yeah. It's like models that have put on their camo shorts, get the machine guns. Well, I'll just do this real quick. My hero of the week is just the people of Ukraine, period.
Yes.
for that reason. And I don't even, I didn't even look nominations though. Like usually this is pretty farcical here of the week, but when I see that, I'm like, oh, you're saying the word hero. I feel like,
Yeah,
I don't, and like I said,
I would have kind of bitched you out. I would have
there's
bitched
no
you out
one-
if you didn't mention Ukraine and
Yeah, there's
in
no
Hero of the
one
Week at all.
specific because it's just that everybody, they're being badasses. And like, you know, their president was a comedian. He started as a comedian.
I was about to say, like, we have hope in this country. Like, as comedians now, we can be leaders of a country. Think about that. Like, it
The
could
thing is,
happen.
there
one
are
day.
comedians that could probably run for president and possibly win. Like, listen, Chappelle might win. Kevin Hart could probably do it.
I would vote for Hart's more of a vice president. I think honestly, if you had the Chappelle Hart ticket, I would totally vote for that.
I want Bill Burr to be president. He probably explode on day one.
Secretary of Defense or State, and you throw him in negotiations. That's what you do.
No, my favorite.
Let's go down hilarious.
My favorite Ukrainian is the lady that walked up to the soldier with the sunflower seeds and told the soldier, "Put these sunflower seeds in your pocket, so when you die, these sunflowers can grow."
Yeah,
that was awesome.
You don't not take sunflowers from a gypsy woman. We all know this. That's how like shit ends badly. You disrespect.
On it.
I'm part gypsy, so shut up. Right. Anyway,
damn it. Calm down.
But no, yeah, man. Right now, what's going on?
I have, yes.
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never seen the full thing. You saw watched all the seasons in the last week. Nice. I might have to. I just love this hat. Like my grandfather had this style of hat growing up, and then like getting into Flogging Molly and all the Celtic punk bands I'm into.
Well, you're a poser now.
No. I'm following the trend and being a setter because this
should be yourself,
and it fits me. I am myself, Tim. I just like to dress like everybody else. Is that okay?
Poser.
No.
Damn.
Speaking of that, can I say this real quick? I know this is kind of controversial. We don't have to get into it, but in this part of Ohio, it's kind of controversial. This part of the country, I guess, Northeast Ohio. But that's enough, Machine Gun Kelly. That's enough.
Oh, yeah. It's time to put him down.
Cabert Willock would be hilarious, actually. I love that card.
It's time to put him down. Machine Gun Kelly can go away.
Yeah, Thomas, you'll be pissed about this. Do you know he's going to be a playable character in the new WWE 2K22 game?
And that's part of the reason I pre-ordered Gran Turismo instead of fucking WWE.
Yeah, I can't wait for that Gran Turismo game. That sounds fun as fuck. I might have to come over and like make my own save file. Like just letting you know. Because I want to play a Gran Turismo game. I haven't played a Gran Turismo game in so long. Like I'm twitching thinking about how happy I'd be if I like got in a shitty Honda and then ended up in a Ford fucking GT.
All I want is my Charger Hellcat Red Eye. I'll be fine.
Which, by the way, I need to say this. This is a personal bitch that I need to get out of my system on some kind of video thing. It's over for American car manufacturers. Pack up shop. We all suck. We're terrible. It's the worst. If Tim's gonna go pee, but I went to the Cleveland Auto Show on Sunday. I got to meet Cleveland Cavaliers legend Brad Doherty. Got a picture with him. I got an autograph, which was cool. I wasn't really a big Cavs fan growing up, so it was sort of like, hey, it's Brad Doherty. I know that name. Cool. But Chevrolet and Ford can suck my dick on two fucking car types that I love as a human being. I love Stingrays, okay? Chevy Stingrays are some of the most beautiful cars in the history of the world. Did you guys see Jocko Willenek's message to Vladimir Putin? No, but I will watch that later. because I love Jocko. But the Stingray, pull up the design of a 2002 Chevrolet Stingray or
Hold on. Ow.
whatever it is. Yeah, Corvette Stingray or whatever the fuck it is. But the Stingray is the most egregious. The other one I can kind of forgive because truck manufacturers are starting to do double cabs in every fucking vehicle they have. You can't keep the fucking shit regular, can you, Ford? But I went to the Cleveland Auto Show thinking I was going to see some cool shit. And then I see a 2002 fucking Stingray. And I went, what the fuck is this car? And why are you doing this to a legendary automobile? You piece of shit. I got physically upset when I saw a 2002 Stingray.
So you talking about the C8s?
I guess. It looks like a fucking Ferrari.
That's what it's built for.
Fuck off.
It's built to compete. Well, okay.
Eat a dick, dude.
Hold on.
Come up with a good fucking thing.
Hold on.
That is ugly as sin, man.
Let me tell you why. The big thing that happened was Ferrari and Lamborghini were starting to take over American sales.
Okay.
As far as people getting those type of muscle cars.
Okay.
So Chevy went back and said, we're going to make something to compete with it at a price that's cheap enough for the average person to get. They came up with this, and it might not be a looker, but for $117,000, you're getting a car that's called the Lamborghini Ferrari Killer, and it is.
Yeah,
it has the power to kill those cars, and now Ferrari and Lamborghini are going back trying to make a car that can keep up with this damn thing. And I've seen one on the street actually last week, and that damn thing is nasty. And I love it.
I get it, but like there's nothing better than a 60 I think it's a 67 Stingray. It's a 60 model of a Stingray. And that thing looks like it can be like jumped off of anything on a ramp. Like that thing looks beautiful. This, when I saw this on the show floor, I went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I like it for two reasons. That America does need to make something because it goes back to those old days in the 50s and 60s with the Ford versus Ferrari thing.
Yeah,
they're making something to keep up with that race.
I get that.
Now, the thing is, this is my discrepancy. Okay. Everybody's killing their cars. Like Ford is killing their cars. I think Chevy's going to kill their cars pretty soon too, even though some of them are going EV. And now all the Dodges are going EV. So that's going to set everybody back as far as
Jeeps, by the way. Jeeps, with their EV, I did the course. You know how you can ride with somebody and like do the 25-degree turn and all that bullshit. I did that when we were there, and are you crazy? They finally put a mid-engine sports car out for under 100,000. Yeah. It's an aesthetic thing, sir. Like it's an aesthetic.
He doesn't like the way it looks.
I don't like the way it looks, but if it's gonna compete, that's cool. But when I saw it, because I love those old school Stingrays, it's like
get one of those, Ray. Don't buy one of these.
I'm all the way with you, John, because as soon as they said it was the Ferrari, hell, the one you can get for $50,000 can keep up with the Ferrari. You don't even have to get the $100K one.
Yeah, the base model's like $50,000, I think. Yeah,
and that keeps up with the Ferrari. Shit, if I had that type of money, I had that boy. But they on back orders.
Who's going to be the last car company pushing out gas guzzlers? Like,
Dodge.
Hummer.
Dodge is going to try.
Hummer is EV now. So
I know. Dodge will probably be one of the like last to go kicking and screaming into that good night of gas guzzling like cars.
I saw that car. That car is nasty.
But the one that really pissed me off because I'm a truck guy. I know I don't look like it. I look like I have a daily
Stop
driver.
appropriating cultures, man. If it's not the Irish, it's the rednecks. What the fuck? Pick a fucking lane, man.
I am redneck by birth, sir.
You're born in
You never
Cleveland.
met my dad. If you met my dad, you'd be like, oh, okay, I get where Ray came from. I understand now how this human was made. Even the new Corvette, all the power is not as fast as my Tesla.
Nothing to be faster than a Tesla.
I like also the fact that the
Tesla.
technology for that is getting smaller. Like those, what do they call those? It's not a wall box or something like that, but they have this like box now where you can charge off of just your normal garage power outlets, and you can like charge an electronic vehicle pretty quickly with it. Apparently,
How hard do we have to sell out for me to get a Tesla?
we
need
have
to
to be
do
at
it
least
now.
doing well, like
Yeah.
as a
Not really.
show.
Not really. 35 grand. You can get a good use.
But again, as a show, because honestly,
pretty hard.
if Tim gets a Tesla, we all get a Tesla.
I don't want a
I-
Tesla because I know what Teslas can do, and I'll be in jail again.
Well, I that's not why I want one. I want just because I never driven an electric car. I feel like I like it as for what I just getting around and stuff. I feel like I'd really enjoy having a Tesla for that reason. Would I open it up? Probably not. Maybe once.
The thing is, you don't have to. All it is computer programming. That's
Yeah.
what's wonderful about those cars. Like ludicrous mode is nothing but a computer program.
Yeah,
And ludicrous mode is outrageous.
it's nuts.
Is ludicrous mode ludicrous?
I always wondered were they going to market that like that because they can make a lot of money off.
When you hit the gas, does it go Luda? Sorry.
Hold on.
That would be awesome.
Hold on, Tim.
great.
This
Can we
is
get
my
that?
one time. This is my one time to
I'm
get
sorry.
inappropriate. If they marketed that thing ludicrous mode, then it'd be a whole lot of us lined up to get it. We got to get that ludicrous mode car. I'm telling you, they wouldn't know what the f- it is, but they would want to get it because it's ludicrous.
It's just every I can't remember the dude from
Whole lot of Pisces
Ricky
getting
Smiley.
Teslas or whatever.
Driving a Tesla is cheaper in the long run with all the rebates.
probably.
No, for sure. I've been contemplating getting like
probably
a
don't-
base
We probably don't get one in
because a
in
base
Ohio.
model's like $35K. I
Base
could
model,
do
$35,000, yeah.
I could do a $35,000 payment with the right like payment plan.
My credit's garbage. That's why I paid for my car in straight cash, homie. Like random
Mine's pretty bad, but it's not horrible.
Actually, I found out I could have gotten a loan for that, but it really what's the difference? And I pay less if I just pay for it right up front. So,
But
I just do
the one though, Thomas, I want you to bring up because of the fact that it pissed me off so much, being the truck guy that I am, is the Ford Ranger for 2022.
still like Rangers.
Yeah,
They brought it back. Yeah.
They brought it back. Yeah, they stopped it for a while, but it's probably if I could have taken my pants off in the second half of that cab and just taken a load right on that fucking leather interior, I would have, and then rubbed it around, because that's how I feel about this truck. This thing looks like hot garbage. It's terrible.
It's a Ranger, isn't it supposed to be?
No, a Ranger
F-150.
It's pretty much, yeah. Like,
know,
why
like-
did you fucking create this monstrosity of a car? That this thing is awful.
Yeah. Ugh.
That
Yeah,
looks
you're right. I don't
terrible.
Like that little
But they're
bed.
doing, but that's what Ford decided to do. Ford is going with all their trucks. They're cutting their cars except for the Mustang.
Ew.
And it's this is their future.
I mean, show me, and I want it for my own thing. Show me a 1999 Ford Ranger.
My
You want
stepdad
to talk
had like a
about
94.
truck excellence? 1994 or 1998, or 99 Ford Ranger. The XLT was great. That's
there
a
it is.
truck.
There it is.
That is a truck to
That's
me.
the Rangers I remember.
Yeah, that is beauty right there. My dad had Ford Rangers his entire life. Like, When I was born, because he did pest control,
I
so
actually
he was.
agree with you on this. My son had a 94 Ranger. I like that thing. I think it was cool.
Yeah, my dad.
Why
had,
do
I
I
think,
feel like the Gen Zer and y'all just like the old people? Right now?
well, possibly, but again, I grew up. My grandmother worked for Ford. Had I think a brain aneurysm while she was on the line at the Ford plant right by the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport.
What, did she?
She did, yes, legitimately.
Have you gotten an MRI lately?
I think I'll wait till about a couple
Oh,
more years, because honestly, I'm less stressed than I used to be. I know I come off as a very high-strung
But
human being.
I mean, like, if you have them in your family, man, you probably.
I know, but that's why I avoid
At
like
least a
that's why I'm
CAT
very
scan.
that's why I do like I avoid stress, let's say. I've learned how to really calm myself over the years to where I'm like, I don't really get migraines. I don't have any stress
I avoided,
headaches.
and apparently, I'm still having insane panic attack. I'm like, said to my mother today, I'm like, how bad? My anxiety and shit is so bad now. Like, what if I was doing more shit? Like, I don't do any. Like, what if I was like had a stressful job? I would be dead.
Yeah,
Apparently,
probably.
because I'm sitting on the couch watching TV and I have a panic attack.
yeah, I heard about plaid mode. And then, this, oh man.
By the way,
Pulse, hell no. Hell no. If I ever see somebody bring back the probe, I'm going back to jail for crimes.
How about a Dodge Shadow? Let's bring that back.
Judge,
Hey,
the
Dodge Shadow.
Aztec.
this
What a-
Jamaican girl I knew had a shadow, and I was all about her.
I want an EV Shadow. Bring that back.
Yeah. What about like an EV Aztec? Do you guys remember the
Aztec.
dyno car?
You leave Pontiac alone,
The
goddammit.
Pontiac Aztec.
What does Pontiac stand for again? I forget.
What does Ford
I don't-
stand for?
Let put that Ford thing up. I was reading that too slow. Let's be honest here. The Ford Ranger is one of the best trucks ever built. Yes,
Ford Ranger.
dude, the Ford Ranger. Like I said,
I
my
used to love my
dad.
stepdad's Ranger. I used to drive it when I was like 16.
My dad had stick Rangers his entire life. I never learned
This
how
was
to drive.
automatic.
I never learned how to yes, I remember the Ranger Splash. That was pretty funny. But like I always wanted my dad to teach me in his Ranger, but he was one of those like dads that was like, I love my truck so much kind of guy. 6'6". His ass in a fucking Ranger was hilarious to look at because his knees were almost to his chest, but he loved that fucking truck. Like he adored it to the point he drove one of them. The engine block literally fell out as he was starting the key. He ran those fuckers into the ground.
Exactly, Pulse.
No, it's found on road dead, motherfucker. That's a Ford right
And
there.
John, this car is a classic, so don't talk about it.
Oh, heck hookers.
The Renault Alliance.
Yes.
Show me that car. I don't even know about the Alliance.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, show me like an Alliance. I want to see this.
Oh boy.
Because one of my favorite cars also was the old bird head Saturns, like the S2s or the S1s.
My brother had one.
Yeah, I actually, Thomas, you'll appreciate this. I went to film while we were at OCB, thanks to Sassy Steffi, one of my favorite people in the world, Stephanie Sager, up in Canada with her boyfriend or her husband now, actually. But she got me to go to the Dragon Gate show in Michigan in 2012, and I did camera for it. And those actually, I would drive that. That looks nice. That, especially the gold one, that gold paint is really amazing. The one like next to the red on the top there with that side view right there. I like that car. I would drive the fuck out of that car.
Fuck you guys. We're getting a Yugo.
Built to compete with the Civic. That's what that was built for.
Still, I would definitely. It looks almost like if a Pinto decided to be actually functional. Like that's what it looks like. It looks like a functional Pinto.
So Pintos will like explode if the wind hit it.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
pretty
don't talk about that. That was my mother's first car.
Was it really? Did
Yeah.
you have to? Where was your pecking order in the
Fucking
car?
cat farted on me. What the hell? Cookie?
The cat. Wait, we're going 332 to 334.50. I want that clipped. Just the cat farted on me. Like I want that for some kind of board.
They've been farting all day. Actually, it's been pretty bad.
What did you
Change
feed
their
them?
diet,
I don't
fucko.
know. No, well, it's weird. They're super picky. Cookie won't eat if you don't. She doesn't like what you give her. So I don't know.
The gold one was not in America. Bullshit. I could fucking probably get the LOL. That looks nice. What? I don't even know what that means, Brewster, but appreciate. Hey,
You
buddy.
said that Renault looks
Whatever, man.
nice.
I'm getting a Yugo and a Dale. All right.
The
You're not
Dale.
getting a damn Yugo.
Oh, the Dale.
You
It's
ever
one of
see
my
that-
favorite documentaries ever.
Yeah, ever see that movie Drowning Mona? Casey Affleck,
No.
Bette Midler, Danny DeVito. It's kind of a funny movie, but like the very beginning, it's just this thing in the beginning. It just says that the town and somewhere in upstate New York was a test market for the Yugo. So everyone has a Yugo, and they just don't talk about it after that. Like the police car is a Yugo. Like just everyone has a Yugo. It's funny.
John, if you go to on YouTube a channel called Donut Media, on Monday they just dropped a video on how Hyundai went from being one of the worst car companies to one of the best. You will love it. It's highly entertaining. I advise you watch it. It's
fucking.
Don't they own Kia now too?
Kia and Hyundai are the same company.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, they own Kia.
But the thing is, with the
Kias used to be
Hyundai,
garbage cars too.
yeah, with the Hyundais,
Still
they're
are.
more aggressive. The Kias, my brother has one that's badass. I love that.
Yeah.
goddamn
My
car.
my
I wanted
mom
a
has
Soul
a
at one
Kia
point.
Sportage, I think, or something like
When
that.
the Souls
She's got an
came out, I
SUV.
wanted one, but now when it came to time I could get one, I'm like, it's got it down.
My mother rolled her Pinto
Oh God, she's
Down
still
her-
alive.
down her. No, this was back when I was a kid. She rolled her Pinto from my driveway into the neighbor's hill right across the street.
Damn.
That's as long as she had that Pinto, John. And it was embarrassing because the neighbors had to push her back up the driveway. Because then Thomas didn't know that his mother did not know how to drive. But
Well,
I was forced to get in the car with her because we were going to see Star Trek 2.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan.
Oh my God. That was the worst day of my life as a kid.
Why?
Being in a car accident and then going to see a damn caterpillar go in somebody's fucking ear and all that shit. I was traumatized at fucking 8 or 9 years old.
Was it a Star Trek? I think it was Star Trek 3 is when Spock died. Yeah.
No, 2 Spock died. 3
He was.
back.
So,
Yeah.
the speech by Shatner when he was just like he was the most human. To me, every time I see that parodied, Suzuki Esteem. I remember the Suzuki Esteem, but I haven't watched Better Call Saul. The Ford Fiesta. Oh God. The Kia though, those Souls, those things were hard to have fun in the back of. By the way, I just want you guys to know.
I believe you should try that shit in a fucking Aveo. That was fucking difficult. I had a Chevy Aveo. Hard as hell.
Oh, my ex-fiance, all 6'1", 275 hourglass figure pounds of her.
I love the
first
fact you
car.
love Amazons. That's hilarious to me.
Her first car was an Aveo, and she did not know how to drive, and she didn't know how to ride a bike. So this African,
That's just a weird thing. Just not
this
knowing how to
African,
ride a bike.
well, she stayed in New York, so she really didn't have to take public
Right.
transportation. So she came here and she had to learn how to drive.
Mhm.
Scariest shit ever. Because
I
I taught
bet.
her how to drive.
Actually, Aveos, man, because Aveos were like not built great. They're like kites. When it was really windy, you'll go all over the fucking place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until after I bought it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? I mean, it was a decent car, but like I don't know. I didn't love it.
I do not like Gabby Garcia. She scares me.
She
Those
should.
all about Gabby Garcia.
She's got a fucking. She's a high level jujitsu belt, sir.
That's not
That's
what
true.
scares me.
You're in missionary, and all of a sudden she turns it into rubber guard. Like, you don't want that shit.
She goes full mission control.
Yeah, just full mission control lockdown.
No.
She performs an omoplata on you, or a go-go plata.
A Bro Plata. Anyway, what are you guys doing Friday?
Nothing. I gotta work Saturday though, but I'm down to podcast.
Just say
Friday
if we do a show Friday, we can get out of this because we haven't talked about the fights, and we need to talk about the fights. But if we say we're gonna choose show Friday,
Yeah.
But if we end up not doing a show Friday, we suck. What about Thomas? We haven't asked Thomas.
I got something to do, but I could probably do the podcast still.
Okay.
I'm on the hunt for something right now, and I know I'll probably get in. I might get in right around the time y'all might want to start the podcast. But yeah, I'm on the hunt.
Okay. Start without you if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that, and you come in whenever, brother. I mean, it's all good because
let's do that. Weeks are better when we have more than one podcast from me because then I have more to talk about, especially this time because we had an interview with Matt. I don't really know about how much anything I really want to talk about, but who knows where it would have went.
I'm thinking the next episode also should be called "Break the Fight Down," and it's very Chris Jericho heavy on the.
I want Friday Night Lights spelled with Lite because light beer.
Yes, especially the Miller Lite that I'm drinking. It's a good time. We will be breaking down UFC 272 Friday night at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Can I ask you something, Rick? Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
No,
I can.
All right, couple things. Number one, you got to fix that countdown because it says 7 Eastern, 4:05 Pacific, like we're some sort of time lords.
Yes,
and we can make
we are.
We can make it 7:00 Eastern, but somehow it's 5 minutes later. And on the West Coast, we're some sort of time lords. We can bend time. Also, I was going to ask, can you set up the stream and then edit the stream before we start it? Like, can you change the name of this episode and shit like that?
Yeah, you can change the name of the episode before it goes live. Yeah, but after it goes live, it's set in stone.
Okay, that's what I'm saying because I feel like we should start.
Although you can go in and edit.
Like you're gonna do
edit
Friday's
the title
episode.
in the StreamYard.
Yeah, if you go like Friday, you do episode Friday, we should set it up right away because we can always change the title and stuff later. But just put one up so when I can put it in Discord, or if I put anything up, people can say, "Oh, look, their next stream is this day," instead of like we putting it up 2 hours before because we can change it. If we can change it, we can change it whatever. But just like, hey, everyone, we're having a stream.
Oh, and also, real quick, we reached a weird demographic. Thomas, I want you to
being drunk again.
No. This is a weird one, to be honest, because ever since we had the drunken boxing thing, I look for weird subgenres that we apparently show up in. And Thomas, I put in the branding in the pictures of one of the search options that we show up in, and I'm questioning the algorithm at this point.
It's awesome.
Mackenzie Dern is awesome. But
she's
a great ass, though. Have you seen that picture she posted online in the bikini?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure
it is quite delightful.
Sure it is.
But Thomas, I posted. I think I put this in the branding picture part. It's towards the bottom, I think, of the category. But we reached a weird demographic.
Oh no, Brewster, I haven't seen Afterlife. But is it sad? It seems
what
sad.
The fuck?
Yeah. Apparently for the past 28 days, we've showed up in UFC 4 live streams, which is cool. wrestling with my cousin.
Is it because I mentioned cousin? Is it because of cousin Mike? Yeah. Cousin Mike did this to us.
Possibly. Who knows? Send this to him. But when I saw that, I had to take a screen cap and be like, "This is one of our demos." Okay. We get views from that. Nice. I would love to see what else comes up. But yeah, you can take that down, Thomas. But yeah, wrestling with my
11%,
cousin.
That's like 6 an episode.
You know what? Don't do math. Don't
No,
do
I'm saying
math. Sir.
that seems like a lot. I don't
It
know where
is.
that. Number one, who looks that up, and also like it has to be something to do with cousin Mike. It has to be.
You know what? The fact that wrestling with my cousin is a subcategory we show up in means we're getting reach, and I like that.
That's the new name of my ska band. Is wrestling with,
Wrestling with my cousin. No, that sounds like a screamo band from like 2009. It's like you'd be with like I wrestled a bear
that would be
once.
Suicide Pack with my cousin is a screamo band.
But you have I wrestled a bear once. You also have I set my friends on fire and wrestling with my cousin.
That chick from I wrestled a bear once is super talented. She's in Spirit Box now.
Yeah,
Spirit Box is pretty sweet.
But
anyway,
yeah, man, this has been a fun episode. We appreciate everybody. We will be back Friday, 7:05 or 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 Pacific.
Everyone watching, when the show's over, it's about to be. Comment a name you want. What do you want us to call Friday's episode? All right, everyone, put one in the comments.
Leave your comment for the episode, and we will use the best one that we see.
If there's more, unless it's more than like 2, there's 3. Yes. We'll pick one, maybe.
Yes. So, but we appreciate all of you. Make sure to subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up to help the algorithm. We appreciate all of you. And we also after every or during every episode, we haven't really done it that much this episode. But thank you to the MMA Holes. The MMAholes.com is where you can find us a lot of the time. If you can't, just Google Bro Plata. We will show up. And I say it every week, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. We will see you at the Kumite, fam.
I'm a black belt in Jim Cotta, bitches.